d'expérience, d'expérimentation. Voilà, et qu'on fasse du coup d'autres fins, entre guillemets. Enfin, je pense que c'est pas la fin, mais... Salut Kiro, tu m'entends bien? Parfait. Voilà. Je vais un peu clignoter. Et donc on en était à notre je sais plus... oui, de toute façon on en était à je sais plus combien de boucles. Des plus ou moins étranges et plus ou moins sympas. Malheureusement, quand on termine une boucle, on ne peut pas la recommencer. Je crois que ouais, Isran, ça doit être la 4e ou 5e, parce qu'on a eu une fin avec une princesse démoniaque sur laquelle on s'est... comment dire, on s'est agenouillé et on a juré de la servir. Un tout petit peu. Il y a eu une fin où on était en gigalove et on lui a demandé ce qu'elle voulait faire en sortant et elle était là. Faire plaisir. Et à chaque fois qu'on demandait, elle se cassait un peu plus. Et la dernière, on a décidé de pas y aller et d'ailleurs on peut plus ne pas y aller. Et c'était pas beaucoup mieux parce que tout était cassé et découpé, donc ouais, 4e. En fait, j'ai toujours pas envie de la tuer, bizarrement. Je pense que je vais toujours... Non, mais j'ai pas envie de la tuer, Kiro. J'avais pas vu ton message, mais non. À un moment, on n'aura pas le choix. De toute façon, ça se trouve, si je fais les mauvais choix, ça va m'obliger à la tuer.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Donc tous les premiers messages, de toute façon, on les a déjà vus. Donc je vais un peu repasser vite fait dessus. Ça.
The blade is your implement.
Ok, je vais prendre l'arme, mais je vais la libérer quand même.
Take the blade from the table. It'd be right. The door to the basement creaks open,
non, je suis pas
revealing a
déterminée avec un...
staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Moi, je suis là pour être sympa. Mais là, je pense que, si j'ai bien tout compris, on aura la voix un peu type ensorceleuse.
Who's there?
Ah, effectivement.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she... Don't let it fool you. It's all...
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
C'est quand même perturbant, comme si on prend le couteau ou pas, quelque chose qu'elle n'est pas censée savoir, elle est déjà différente.
You walk down the stairs. She's so coldly focused on the task at hand.
Ça on a vu, hein.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
J'ai l'impression que le ne, c'est un peu... Comment dire? Coupable.
That giant knife you're holding kind of gives it away, doesn't it?
Comprends, mais promis c'est pour cacher les chaînes.
The blade. Of course she doesn't want to talk. Who'd want to have a conversation at knife point? We should drop it. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster.
Je sais ce que je
Killing
veux
someone in
faire.
cold blood isn't very becoming of us. The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Oh, la voix d'ensorceleuse, elle
Against your better
est...
judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess
Elle est
face to
menaçante en
face.
fait.
Will be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no...
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Non, t'inquiète, promis. C'est juste que j'ai pas de clé. Je me demande ce que ça fait si on essaye de la tuer mais sans lui avoir dit qu'elle est censée mettre fin au monde. Dans la première fin, c'est un peu ce qui lui avait donné l'idée.
I know. I just said that. Now why
Je
are
crois que
you
j'avais
here to kill
répondu
me?
exactement la même chose la première fois.
Believe me.
And do you think asking me what to believe is going to suddenly make everything crystal clear? Let's not pretend that's going to happen. As far as you're concerned, and as far as they're concerned, I'm going to say whatever I have to get out of here. That's just the dynamic of our situation.
De toute façon, quoi qu'on lui dise, elle va pas nous répondre et elle va être là en mode non mais de toute façon, quoi que je te dise, c'est ce que tu voudras entendre et ça te donnera aucune idée et bref.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
Ouais,
You know why you're here.
ouais, je sais. Ah c'est vrai qu'on pourrait partir. Non, on a dit on l'a sauvé, on l'a sauvé.
Oh, you have to be kidding me. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
Ah mais je l'ai déjà fait, t'inquiète le narrateur.
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
Oui.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs.
Non.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Well, you do have that big, sharp knife. You could always cut
Ça va
me out
être
of here.
horrible. Déjà la première fois c'était pas ouf, mais là...
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance.
Quoique, peut-être qu'elle essayera pas de se bouffer vivante cette fois.
If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Ouais, ça c'était prévisible aussi.
Is someone else here? You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
Oh merde, comment j'ai fait ça moi? Ah, comme ça.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Allez.
Against
Oh.
your better judgment, you
C'est les
place the
mêmes
blade
images, j'ai
against
l'impression
the
que la première fois,
princess's
c'est
arm,
quasiment.
just above the massive, unyielding chain.
Et on est toujours aussi bête, soit dit en passant. Suite à la remarque de la dernière fois, de couper plutôt après que là.
The blade is sharp and you make quick work of it. Before long you're able to crack through bone and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound.
Ouais, mais là, elle me paraît... Bref.
Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Mais ça se trouve, là, on est plus ou moins dans la même situation que la deuxième fois. Si ce n'est qu'on est descendu avec le couteau d'abord. Ça se trouve, donc, le narrateur va encore prendre possession de notre corps. Sauf que elle n'est pas folle amoureuse, cette fois-là. Donc elle va peut-être mal le prendre dans le deuxième retour, et quand même devenir genre la giga méchante.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
J'espère pas.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that.
Ah si, peut.
Watch me. Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Déjà ça, l'écriture en rouge là.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it. Stop resisting me. I am trying to get you out of here alive.
Non mais elle va nous tabasser hein.
The blade. Move the blade.
Nope. Oh. What? Ok. Alors je sais pas si vous m'entendez toujours, mais le jeu vient de crash. Et mon PC a eu un petit moment de crash aussi. Ok. Bah je vais me lancer hein. J'ai cru qu'il y avait un event spécial parce que... Ouais, bah moi je suis pas passée par un green screen, moi c'était un black screen, mais sur mes deux écrans, du coup. Et mes fenêtres ont bougé. Et au départ je pensais, je sais pas, que... Bon bah du coup on va devoir tout recommencer là, mais... On va passer vite. Ouais, je crois qu'il y avait un bouton pour passer. Skipping. Ah bah voilà en fait, c'est ça qu'il fallait que je clique depuis le début.
The door to the basement creaks.
Donc,
Don't
bonjour.
be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Please, come downstairs.
Oh merde, j'ai pas pris la dague. Oh, excuse-moi, c'est pas grave, je vais recommencer parce que je voulais faire la même run. Ouais, bien vu, bien vu.
The interior of the cat.
Donc là, je prends la dague. Je sais pas si je peux laisser un skipping. Du
Don't
coup,
be a
bonjour.
stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
Ah, ça a même... Quoi? Ça a même descendu les escaliers et tout pour moi. Ah, vous avez plus le chat? Comment ça? Alors, la chatbox s'affiche plus? Ah ouais, c'est possible. Ouais, je sais pas trop pourquoi. Mais bon. Ouais, je lirai vos messages. J'avais dit ça.
That giant knife.
The blade. Don't you dare. It's fine.
Hop, on drop.
The blade
Thank you. Maybe now we can.
against you will be fine. Don't know what you're hoping to.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Elle fait ça, elle a dit nana. J'ai cru plein de
And do you
choses,
think asking me
tatata.
what to believe is going to suddenly make every... Oh,
Et qu'est-ce que vous allez faire de moi? Je vais
You
sortir
walk
de
there
là.
large and heavy.
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
No doubt.
Well,
She speaks. You were stuck down. You attempt. Is someone. You
Reviens en
make
bas.
it easier for everyone.
I heard the door. The knife.
You won't.
Je vais commencer à sauvegarder ici déjà. Je veux la
You
save.
cut the blade. She's doing so much. How is she?
Thank you.
No, we won't. As the
Là, le
princess
narrateur,
approaches.
nanana, il est pas content.
Stop
Je la
that.
I
préviens.
thought this was a...
Elle esquive.
Stop it.
Je résiste.
The blade. Move the blade.
Je regarde ailleurs au cas où ça nique complètement tout.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes.
Oh, je pensais pas qu'elle réagirait comme ça. Ok.
I'll make this quick.
Ok.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
Essaie. Ouais, franchement, c'est archi mieux comme situation que ce que je pensais. Elle a l'air presque sympa.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease. Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck. This is the end, isn't it?
En vrai, enfin, notre mort est plus sympa que lors de notre deuxième fois, genre. Au moins, on a pris un coup de couteau et fini, quoi.
I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
Ah! Chapitre 2, le prisonnier.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. You're here to slay her.
J'ai envie de l'engueuler en vrai, parce qu'on l'a pas engueulé, je crois.
My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We've just met for the first time. Don't forget what he did to us the last time around. I wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of here, for us and for the princess. We just have to keep trying.
Effectivement, Isranda, tu dois avoir raison, ça doit être la princesse plutôt. La prisonnière, pardon. À cause de la princesse. J'aime bien le... Bon, bref.
I'm inclined to agree. If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Je crois que j'ai du mal à parler ce soir. La journée m'a fatiguée. Mais, comme d'hab, je suis d'accord avec la troisième voix de toute façon.
You know I can hear you two, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. And as far as trying to help her goes, need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is to the world at large?
Je me
I
demande s'il
told you about the
existe
stakes of this situation
un
less
chapitre
than a
3.
minute ago.
Pas à la cabine, hein.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie. Yes. Did you just say
Oh
wink
merde,
out
j'ai pas
loud?
lu ce qu'a dit le gars. Je suis bête. Ah mais on peut regarder là. Ouais, ne croyez pas un mot de ce qu'elle dit. Juste va à l'intérieur, prends le couteau et fais ce que tu es supposé faire. Wink. J'aime bien le sceptique.
No, I didn't. Wink. Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
Je l'aime bien celui-là. Mais je les aime tous en vrai, les troisièmes voix. Je trouve qu'elles sont... Enfin, le narrateur et le héros est très bien fait. Ils sont très bien faits. Les troisièmes voix, je les trouve trop bien.
The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Je vais comme... Je sais plus si on avait approché le miroir à part au premier coup, donc je vais quand même tester.
Walk up to the wall next to the bait. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. You reach
Ouais,
forward
si, je
and
crois.
rub your hand against... But there was a mirror a second, and and now it's gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be important.
Ouais.
We should keep our eyes peeled. Maybe it'll be back.
Et bah du coup je vais pas prendre la Blade parce que j'ai confiance, vu qu'elle avait l'air sympa à la fin de tout à l'heure, qu'elle sera sympa si je viens avec la visible intention de pas la buter.
I'm afraid I'm going to insist we take the blade. We're in a dangerous situation and I'm not letting us go down there without a weapon.
Ah.
Are you sure? What if she, I don't know, turns it against us? Which I'm bringing up in a purely hypothetical manner.
Ouais, mais un chien doit laver. Ouais, non, en vrai, je trouve qu'elle était sympa. Genre, elle avait compris qu'on essayait de lutter et juste. Elle a mis fin à sa propre mot, quoi.
Yes, I'm sure.
Mais moi, je veux pas la prendre, la lame.
Turns it against you. She's a prisoner here. She'll only be able to turn it against you if you give it to her. Which you won't be doing because she's an existential threat to the entire world. Okay, I'm trusting you.
Mais moi pas. Bah ouais. Genre, enfin, excusez-moi, mais c'est moi qui suis le corps, hein. Donc c'est moi qui décide. Genre, vous avez beau être 3 contre 1, on s'en fiche, c'est moi au final qui choisis.
Normally, yeah, but not about this. Call it a reflex. We take the knife as we go.
Quoi? Mais non.
Wonderful. You do
Mais-
exactly that, sweeping the knife from the
Mais-
table before proceeding to the basement.
Mais il choisit ça à ma place.
Don't worry about it. We have a knife, so what? It's not like we have to use it. No, you don't have to do anything, but you do well to use it regardless. Moving on.
Mais ils m'ont forcé.
The door
À
to the
prendre le
basement
couteau.
creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Non.
Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
Ce qui m'embête, c'est juste que la police d'écriture, c'est la même que la méchante. Genre, je suis pas fan.
Does she remember us? You walk down the
wow.
stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap.
Ils ont un peu abusé quand même sur les chaînes.
Should we be worried about the one around her neck?
Ah, mais c'est peut-être pour éviter du coup. Genre, vu qu'il y en a une autour de son cou, je peux pas. Mais je veux pas la tuer, Isran. Je veux la sauver. Moi, je vais à l'encontre du jeu, on me dit de la tuer, je veux la sauver.
Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier.
Je rappelle quand même que l'entité, elle apprend des scénarios qu'on lui donne. Du coup, je préfère lui donner des scénarios safe, hein, où elle nous aime bien et voilà. Hein.
Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
Alors, pour le coup, j'avais pas fait gaffe, mais il a un point.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
Mais je vais pas faire ça.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
Bah, il y a toujours une chaîne inutile, mais généralement elle est cassée et il y a rien au bout. Là, il y a une grosse attache, genre pas une attache de poignet, vraiment une grosse attache.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
Écoute, ça me va, pour l'instant ils sont 3 contre 1. Donc dans mon corps, donc écoute, voilà.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease. You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
Libéré. Je ne peux pas. Ok, bon, on va lui poser des questions. Je suis curieuse à propos de la chaîne.
I don't know, but you could always try it on.
Je suis effroyablement curieuse maintenant, mais je suis presque sûre que c'est vraiment une mort nulle.
Maybe it'll fit.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
Après, le problème, c'est que si j'approche, elle va peut-être pas le prendre bien. Du coup, je vais d'abord lui poser des questions.
Let me borrow that knife. Don't worry, you'll get it back.
That's ominous. But she seems confident. Whatever it is she has planned, I think she knows what she's doing. Oh please, she's just putting on an act to disarm you. That much should be obvious. In case you need to hear a voice of reason, it would obviously be unwise to give away your only weapon. Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no guarantee that what's good for her is good for us.
Mais il est relou, lui, laisse-moi faire ce que je veux.
So, what should we do?
Le héros, il est trop influençable.
I don't know. I'm just spelling out our options, listing the pros and cons. Then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. If you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world. And she might use it to kill you.
Non, mais moi, j'aime pas. Enfin, ça dépend. Mais là, tout à l'heure, quand elle m'a obligé de prendre le couteau, j'aime pas.
That doesn't sound great. What about the pros? There are none. The pros are that we can't trust him, possibly even more than we can't trust her. And whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned. Or maybe they're both screwing us over in their own ways.
Ok, j'avoue, j'aime bien. Ouais, elle a une sorte de couronne, mais... C'est pas le cas, d'habitude. Genre là aussi, elle avait une couronne, tu vois. Genre une vraie. Pas une vraie. Oui. Idem. C'est juste qu'à chaque scénario, elle a un design un petit peu différent. Et là, en l'occurrence, différent. Ok, alors. Je vais lui... Je vais lui donner le couteau. J'ai quand même très envie d'inspecter ce truc.
No, absolutely not. I am not letting you hand your only weapon over to the world-ending princess. Until you come up with any other idea, like, say, I don't know, doing your job and slaying her, you remain rigidly in place.
Oh bah super.
Do you think this will work? Interesting that you're only having us remain in place. It's almost like there are very real limits to your power.
Ah.
I don't know what you're talking about. The world ends if we fail, right? Her killing us might not be our only failure state, if you catch my meaning.
Oui.
I don't know where you're going with this. Could you explain? Yes, explain it. Sure. I'm insinuating that we could kill ourselves. Ruin this whole thing.
C'est vrai.
You wouldn't.
Maintenant, j'ai 2 conneries qui me tentent.
I'm not afraid of dying. Are you? A little. You got your point across. Fine. You slide the blade across the floor.
Dommage, dommage.
The princess maintains unsettling eye contact as she reaches down to pick it up.
Thanks.
She pulls up her
What?
hair, smiling slightly as she raises the blade to her throat.
Mais fais pas ça, meuf. On est déjà mort dans la deuxième partie? Non, je crois pas. Mais elle va... Une princesse, ça peut vivre sans sa tête?
What is she doing? She doesn't say another word as she cuts into her own neck.
Mais elle est tarée.
No.
Ah bah, si. Mais non, je regarde pas
Close your
ça.
eyes. That doesn't stop you from hearing
Oh,
every grisly
je crois que c'est pire de s'imaginer et de pas voir en fait.
Of severed veins, the grinding of metal against
En
bone.
plus avec le narrateur là.
I'll be damned. She's actually doing your job for you. Why would she do that? Huh. So that's her play. Killing herself? We don't know that she's dead.
Oh, le
We're not
bruit.
even watching it happen. She could just be faking those sounds. And then, finally, you hear a snap and an uneasy silence. There is a slow and fleshy tear. Hard to fake that.
Oh.
This is worse than watching.
Oui, je suis d'accord, j'aurais préféré garder les yeux ouverts en fait.
Yet our eyes are still closed.
C'est vrai.
Finally, there's the soft thud of something roughly head-sized bouncing against the floor, and the clattering of chains as they drop along with it. I think you can open your eyes now. Oh no, oh no, oh no, what did we do? Can we put it back? Please tell me we can put it back. The princess's eyes stare up at you. Dead. Congratulations! You saved the world. I hate this. Can we just get out of here now, please? Of course, the princess is slain and the world is saved. Whenever you're ready, you can proceed to your reward. We should take her with us, don't you think?
Youpi? Je suis presque sûre que la tête va se mettre à parler par contre, hein.
What? No, you shouldn't do that. Why would you do that? I can think of lots of reasons. A trophy, proof of our victory. Hell, we could even give her a proper burial. She did save the world, right?
Pas faux.
You don't need proof, you don't need a trophy, and she doesn't deserve a burial. Just leave. Even after all that, you're still not satisfied, are you? Something is still motivating you to keep things the way you want them.
Ouais, c'est vrai ça. En vrai. Sauf si sait qu'elle est pas morte, mais si elle est vraiment morte.
I'm just eager to put this all behind us and give you your reward. Stop reading into things, the danger has passed. You can relax. I'm just keeping myself sharp. I'm not so eager to put my guard down. I am. I'm on team, let's put this all behind us, so can we leave already?
J'ai envie de la prendre avec moi. Juste pour faire chier le narrateur, mais aussi parce que je sais pas pourquoi, vu qu'elle a dit qu'elle me rendrait le couteau, je suis presque persuadée qu'elle va se mettre à parler. J'espère pas, parce que genre, ce serait très bizarre. Oh.
Ugh, fine. You pick up the princess's severed head, its neck stump still oozing bodily fluids. Then make your way back upstairs to the first floor of the cabin.
C'est la première fois qu'on ressort de la cabine, du coup.
Did you see that? I could have sworn she moved.
Ah. J'avais raison. J'ai pas vu.
She didn't. She's dead. But what if she's not?
En vrai, Elle se serait pas coupé la tête elle-même si ça l'a tuée.
Are you listening to yourself? Do I need to explain to you why decapitation is lethal? The door to your bountiful reward is right in front of you. All you have to do is open it.
Je crois que ce jeu me rend folle.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom.
Peut-être qu'elle se faisait juste trop chier, mais... Je sais pas, enfin... Il y a d'autres manières que se couper la tête, du coup, elle peut juste se trancher la gorge ou se poignarder le cœur. C'est quand même vachement... Et puis comment elle meurt pas pendant qu'elle se coupe la tête? Comment elle arrive à couper l'entièreté de sa tête? Genre, arriver au cou, enfin arriver au milieu du cou, à la colonne vertébrale, ça devrait plus marcher. J'avais pas pensé à ça avant, mais... Putain, mais...
Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is... Wait, no, that's not right.
Well played.
Elle vient de sourire.
This is the end of the world, isn't it? I always thought I'd at least have time to explain myself before I had to watch it happen.
On va voir vraiment une fin du monde?
Over?
Ah non, on va voir une fin
Is he
normale.
gone? But we're still here. Maybe it wasn't the end of the world after all. Maybe it was just the end of his.
Thanks for carrying me up here. I had to take it on faith that you would know what to do. I'm glad I was right to trust you.
On est potes?
So, this is the outside. Maybe it's just my lack of body, but it's colder than I expected.
Ah. Ouais.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find
Bah,
her?
du coup, on a eu le temps de voir l'extérieur.
And there's that mirror again.
Allez, le héros, désolé.
You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Fear.
Vous inquiétez pas, les gars, vous allez juste disparaître. Le héros va repop. Par contre, toi, en vrai, le sceptique, oh, j'arrive plus à parler. Le sceptique, si, va repop aussi, parce que j'ai très envie d'inspecter la chaîne. En fait, ok. Je comprends toujours pas le lien avec les fins et le fait qu'on soit différent à la fin. Enfin, je sais pas comment dire ça, mais... Oh. Elle voulait pas recoller sa tête quitte à faire
There's
ça?
a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there.
Bah justement, on va voir, Kiro.
Do you know what we'll find out there? Rhetorical. I am not rhetorical. I have only known these spaces, and I have known flickers of the lives you've brought me, short and violent and full of passion. But all of those flickers end where the long quiet begins.
Bah, c'est ça qui m'intéresse, Isran, justement. Et c'est pour ça que j'ai envie de tester.
I'm asking you because I cannot know your mind. Do you know what we'll find out there?
Alors, je suis très curieuse de savoir si on fait quasiment la même chose. Juste par exemple, on s'enferme ou... bref, je suis curieuse.
There is a warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people. Fresh tears on a winter's day. They are not like us. They do not last.
Mais j'ai vraiment l'impression qu'il y a un truc en mode de ange et démon, en fait, avec mon apparence et tout. Ah oui, tiens, est-ce qu'elle sait ce qui va arriver quand elle sera
If I did,
complète?
I would already be awake.
Ah, d'accord. Bon, la réponse est non. Ah! Ah, bonne question. Est-ce qu'elle a un narrateur? Ou est-ce que la princesse a un narrateur?
No, their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
Ah, dommage. Ah, moi, je sais très bien ce que je vais faire quand je vais le trouver. Hein. Voilà.
If he drives you towards my destruction, then he is steeped in delusion, for he does not know me. Just as I hold compassion for you, and you hold compassion for me, you can hold compassion for those who have wronged you.
On va dire que
The
c'est bon.
next time
Hein.
I see you, each of us will finally know what we are.
La prochaine fin, ce sera la
I
dernière.
will be here, waiting for you.
Ok. Ok.
You're on a You make your way.
Non, 5 c'est pas mal, mais du coup, je suis très
The
curieuse.
interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the blade.
Écoute, en vrai, Kiro, ça se trouve, on lui donnera pas le même, hein. Ça se trouve, on sera obligé de la tuer à la fin, mais je suis quand même curieuse.
You take the daughter, her voice.
Who's there?
She sounds. Don't let it. Good. You're still listening to reason. You walk down the. She's so cold. Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to
Nope.
kill me or something? Then why did you bring a knife with you?
She makes a compelling. Don't you dare. It's
On a
fine.
vu.
We can decide what we.
Ah.
The blade.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just...
Normalement, ouais, donc
Against
on
your
verra
better
assez
judgment,
rapidement
we'll be
si jamais
fine.
on peut
Don't know
ou
what
pas.
you're
Hein.
hoping to.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship. Oh, have you...
You know.
Hop,
Oh,
on va la laisser
you walk up
s'échapper,
there
tout
large
ça.
and heavy.
I'm guessing...
My doubtful.
Well,
We were stuck. You attempt to make your way. You make your way back.
Ah! Je ne peux pas save the princess. Non, je ne pourrais pas voir. Mais alors, c'est bizarre parce que si on peut pas la save, alors que dans la seconde partie tout à l'heure, on avait le choix. Comment dire? On avait le choix de la sauver ou la tuer. Est-ce que ça veut dire que finalement... Ouais, genre que finalement, en fait, la deuxième partie compte pas vraiment. Et c'est que la première partie, ce qui crée notre espèce de voix, en fait. Bon bah, désolé meuf, hein. Mais je peux pas. Peut-être que dans la deuxième partie, effectivement, Isran, aucun de mes choix n'avait vraiment de conséquences. Peut-être qu'en fait, quoi que je décide, la fin était similaire.
Without hesitation, you
Oh
bring
non,
the
j'y
blade
arrive en
down.
plus.
The princess flinches as you strike, and your weapon sinks into her shoulder.
you bastard. If I have to kill you to leave this place, I'll do it.
I thought we had the upper hand, but it's as if she's barely even threatened by us. It's an act. She's unarmed, and there's nothing she can do to hurt you.
Alors, d'expérience, monsieur le narrateur, elle peut nous défoncer là, à main nue. Ouais, je suis un peu con, Isran, d'avoir poignardé là. J'aurais plutôt fait la tête, ou le cœur, ou... L'épaule, c'est vraiment... con. Juste con.
I'm not so sure. Don't waver now. As you raise your blade to strike again, she kicks out, knocking your legs out from under you.
Mais du coup, ça, on dirait la première fois, parce que je vais encore me faire tabasser à mort.
The two of you struggle on the ground. You lash out with the blade, slicing wherever you can. Her fists connect with your body again and again, each blow stronger than the last, shattering bone and rupturing tissue with reckless abandon.
Ah non, on arrive à se défendre cette fois.
Forget trying to rescue her. This is about survival now. Give her everything you've got.
Stylé.
You roll out of her grasp and shakily push yourself back to your feet. Though every inch of you is in pain, the princess probably has it worse. Blood pours out from countless gashes, staining her once pristine dress. She pauses for a moment, catching her breath, staring at you with wild eyes.
En fait, là, si on fuit, elle va quand même finir par mourir. Soit en se vidant de son sang, soit d'infection parce que les plaies auront pas guéri, mais genre, il n'y a aucun monde où elle survit.
We can still turn this around.
J'aime bien quand je dis un truc et je me propose l'exacte option de le faire. Allez, on est des lâches, nous.
The princess is still chained to the wall. There's nothing she can do to stop you from getting out of here. What if she doesn't succumb to her wounds? Whatever she is, she's so much more dangerous than I thought she'd be. You rush up the stairs and dive past the threshold. You're safe, for now.
Bah, bizarrement, c'est vrai que j'avais pas pensé au fait que déjà la tête coupée elle survivait. Que donc mourir de ses blessures c'est chaud.
You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade. Okay, we can make this work. She has an awful wound and we have all the time in the world. Playing jailkeeper for a while might make things a little easier.
Yeah.
You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out?
Sachant qu'elle était enchaînée, pourquoi elle tape à la porte?
It's not like this little door I'll hold for very long anyways. It's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare. As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did. And I'll
Mais
never
l'horreur, je suis en train de donner à l'entité cette fin-là, là. Alors je sais pas si ça va être une fin ou s'il y a une deuxième partie, mais l'horreur quand même.
You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker. No, it doesn't.
C'est marrant, mais ces deux actions, je les ai jamais choisies. Et pour autant, je peux pas les choisir. Alors, l'ignorer et aller dormir, vraiment, pire choix. Par contre, ouais, je vais dire ça, genre que elle peut me menacer autant qu'elle veut, en soi, bah, ça fait que prouver qu'on a raison de la buter, quoi.
Aren't threats. These are promises. Sooner or later, you're going to have to sleep, and I'll make sure you never see the light of day again.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way.
Oh oh.
Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
Oh la flip de ma vie. Je vous jure, elle a pop en fantôme. Et derrière moi, j'avais genre un colis dans un... Enfin pas un colis mais genre... Si c'était un truc dans un plastique quoi. Qui est doucement tombé en même temps qu'elle popait. Genre vraiment ça fait l'apparition fantôme et un bruit de plastique qui glisse tout doucement derrière moi. Oh là là. Ouais. Vous connaissez pas la princesse fantôme, mais...
You try
Oh
and
putain.
stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working.
En fait, on peut pas réussir à la buter, c'est pas possible, hein.
It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach. Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
Oh shit.
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
Oh shit.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills. What a shame. If you'd only helped me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time. But we both know this is the end, don't we?
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends.
J'arrive pas à savoir... Non, je pense pas qu'elle sait pour l'entité.
I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Non, ça va. Par contre, le chapitre 2, le cauchemar, on va
You're
pas
on a
passer un bon
path
moment.
in the woods, and at the end of that path is you're here to slay her.
Merde, j'ai pas entendu. Je sais pas si on a un deuxième.
Before she will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything.
I don't think lying and cheating is a thing. She was very direct with us last time. Or
Ouais.
at least she was direct with us after we decided to lock her away.
Ouais.
It doesn't matter. Don't trust anyone.
On a le paranoïaque maintenant.
The interior of the cabin is plain,
Oh
the smooth
shit.
wood of the walls almost featureless. The only furniture of note is a lone table, knocked on its side in the corner of the room. A pristine blade stands between you and the open, inviting basement doorway.
En fait, je me dis, ça se trouve, à chaque fois sur les deuxièmes runs comme ça, c'est la troisième voie qui a un peu le contrôle. Sauf que vu que depuis le départ, je suis un peu cette troisième voie, vu que je l'aime bien et que nos choix correspondent, bah, sauf le sceptique, je me suis jamais fait forcer la main.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Hold on. What happened to the door?
Très bonne
It's
question.
just an empty frame. She's already gotten out, hasn't she? And she's ready for us.
She's been waiting. Can't you feel her eyes on us? I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together. The princess has not already gotten out. But if you keep getting stuck in your head like this, you're going to struggle to get the job done. So deep breath in, deep breath out. Your task awaits, and only you can do it.
Je suis pas sûre qu'on puisse poignarder un ghost, hein. Est-ce que vraiment ça sert qu'on prenne la blade? Et en même temps, s'il y a un moyen de s'en débarrasser vite, Genre c'est un cauchemar et tout. Et on est censé être paranoïaque. Non mais non, on va prendre la blade en fait.
You reach down and pick the blade up off the
ouais,
floor.
non.
It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Mais c'est ma vie que je veux sauver, hein, pas le monde.
Good. Steel can't lie to us.
Is it gonna be enough, though? Couldn't you have given us something else? Something, I don't know, better than a knife? Could we have a bomb?
The blade is the only thing you need to finish your task. You're more than capable of pulling this off, so long as you don't lose faith in yourself.
Je crois que c'est déjà le cas.
Those are the words of someone who knows he's sending us to our death. You cross over the threshold and onto a series of isolated steps suspended in darkness.
Pas bon signe, hein.
More eyes, too. You never mentioned the eyes.
Merde, oui. J'avais pas fait gaffe.
The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh and blood. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Je crois que se tuer nous, ce serait le...
Her cruel and playful voice prances up the stairs.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
Come back? She must have you confused with someone else.
You really don't remember, do you? It doesn't matter, we need a game plan. We know we can't just go down there unprepared.
Je suis pas sûre qu'on réussisse à la tuer en lui jetant juste un couteau. Et j'ai pas spécialement envie de parler à un fantôme qui veut ma mort, hein. Après, je peux lui dire non, mais je voulais pas. En fait, c'est juste que bah, il y avait pas moyen de vous sauver, donc je me suis dit que vous le tuez, ce serait plus simple. Mais je pense qu'elle sera pas très très d'accord. On va demander à quel point c'est compliqué de viser avec de lancer un
It can't be that hard. But then we'd lose our weapon. We'd have to make it count. Otherwise she'd be furious and we'd be defenseless. If a knife is even enough to do anything against something like her in the first place.
Bah ouais, c'est ça en fait.
It'll be enough.
C'est pas... Ça revient pas à se suicider, ça? On va pas se suicider. Bah non. En même temps, c'est peut-être mieux. Ça se trouve, on peut pop derrière elle et la buter. Allez.
You
no.
attempt to step off the stairs and into the pitch black surrounding them, but you're stopped by an invisible force. Why did you do that? What did you think would happen?
Je sais pas, je tente des trucs. En vrai, j'étais curieuse.
Congratulations, you really lucked out. Of all the things that could have happened from stepping into a void, nothing is quite possibly the best outcome you could have gotten. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs.
Ah, ok.
As you emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones visible against the inky black of the basement mark where the floor should be, forming vague pathways. At what seems to be the end of the room, they diverge in opposite directions, left and right.
On l'a déjà dit, toujours à droite. Ah mais il y a des yeux à droite. Ouais mais...
She could be anywhere, and there's nowhere for us to hide. We're completely exposed.
Puis il y a plein d'yeux là et il y a qu'une paire d'yeux là.
Are you really not going to comment on how weird this place is? No, I'm not. Somebody needs to be the voice of reason here, and it certainly isn't you.
Excuse me, I'm being incredibly reasonable. You're the one who's just matter-of-factly describing whatever the hell we're looking at like it's an ordinary basement. We're going to die down here. I don't want to die again. Please stop saying that. You're only going to make things worse. Just pick a direction and start moving.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter. Because either way you go, I'm going to find you.
Si elle se met à chanter, c'est terrifiant. Je pense que partir en arrière, on a déjà fait le coup, elle nous a défoncé. Moi, je vais aller droite. Droite, c'est toujours la bonne option.
You turn to the right. A faintly outlined path lies before you.
There you are.
Oh shit.
I told you I was going to find you.
M'en fous, je vais la buter.
As the princess
Oh, shit.
approaches, your legs suddenly go numb.
Pourquoi c'est devenu une sorte de poupée là hein?
Your arms quickly follow.
Ah, je crois que je vais pas avoir le droit de le tuer.
This is it, isn't it?
Ça a été vite.
And you brought your little knife with you again. Cute.
There has to be a way out of this. Think.
What did you do?
Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
Oui, bah, je suis bien d'accord, elle est pas censée, mais là, elle l'est.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
Your vision cuts out as your blood begins to
Wow.
coagulate. It's as if every part of your being is coming to a lurching halt. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air as your eyes shoot back open. Heart, lungs.
Wow.
What are you doing?
Comment? Quoi?
I'm working. Do you want this body to function, or do you want... And then experience stops once more as your body
Quoi?
reapproaches.
Mais comment il fait ça?
Okay, whatever you were doing, please just start doing it again.
You sure about that? Are you sure that's what you want, or do you want to interrupt me some more? You have seconds left.
Yes, I'm sure.
Heart, lungs,
Comment il fait ça?
nerves, heart. Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath. Heart,
Can't decide what you want to do, can you?
nerves,
Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead. Even if you look ridiculous.
lungs,
She isn't attacking us.
nerves,
Why?
heart.
Peut-être qu'elle peut pas nous attaquer?
The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her ill intent. Don't lose sight of your mission. Your weapon is still in your hands. Strike at her and end this before it's too late. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves,
Waouh.
lungs,
Ouais.
liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves,
Ah, mais c'est vrai, cette fois je l'ai buté, mais sans lui dire pour le monde.
nerves, heart,
Peut-être pour ça qu'on on a eu le paranoïaque.
nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart.
J'ai envie de dire qu'on peut être amis, même si j'ai pas envie de respecter forcément ma parole derrière.
Would you look at that? You're suggesting exactly what I want. Somebody's ahead of the curve. I tried to leave while you suffocated, but that stupid cabin wouldn't let me. So I started to drag your body out with me and then... Well, you died before I could get to the door. And then I was here, and now you're here too.
Elle peut pas sortir de la cabane sans nous.
I don't think I can live without you. And dead doesn't count. And as much as I love what we have going on, I have bigger plans than tormenting one poor little creature forever. I want to leave.
Mais du coup, si je veux pas quitter avec elle, en fait c'est moi qui ai le pouvoir entre guillemets. De toute façon jamais.
No, definitely not. If you're what I need to leave this place, chances are you're pretty useful. I think I'll keep you right by my side. A little good luck charm to make sure I stay free. Don't worry, I'll make sure to take good care of you. I promise.
Nerves,
Non.
lungs, liver, nerves, heart.
Moi, si je refuse...
We're stuck down here together. Until you change your mind.
Ok.
Static.
Oh.
And a skipped beat as she touches your shoulder and whispers in your ear. No! Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
Or until your heart finally gives out.
Heart, lungs, liver.
Oh,
And
shit.
then, when you die, I'll find myself somewhere new. And before too long, you'll be there too. That's how this all works, right? This doesn't end until you've let me out.
Lungs, liver,
And a lot can happen before then. I'm sure I can get creative.
liver, nerves, heart.
Je vais essayer de la buter.
Nerves, heart, lungs.
Slay the princess.
Your will concentrates into a single fine point, and you strike out against the princess, ignoring the constant reminders of your breaking body. She doesn't even move as the blade sinks into her heart.
Je crois qu'elle s'en fout.
We did it. We actually did it.
You actually went for it. Oh, you're going to regret this. I could be so much more terrible for you than I am now.
Can she?
We've already seen how she can change. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
You're not getting those stares back. I'll see you when you finally decide to die.
She falls to the ground, unmoving. Nerves. Oh. I can stop now, can't I?
Ok.
I can. Finally.
Mais si elle est pas morte et que je remonte, elle va me poursuivre. Et on est
And now
foutu.
that she's gone, you can let us out of here. Right?
But she was the one who controlled this place, wasn't she? And now she's dead. I don't like to think what that means for us.
It means that you're stuck here. Forever.
Ah. Shit.
Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Oh no, I hate this.
Mais elle peut pas. Elle peut pas mettre fin au monde si elle est morte.
Time passes.
Forever's gonna end. Eventually, right? No, it won't. That's the whole point of forever. It doesn't end. I feel sick.
Non mais...
It doesn't have to be forever, though, does it?
What do you mean?
We still have a way out, clutched in our hands.
On va pas se tuer?
Are you suggesting we kill ourselves? Won't we be dead? I guess that hasn't stopped us before. That's a terrible idea. You've already saved the entire world from ruin. Why would you want to die?
Because right now, you don't want us to do that.
You're right. I don't.
But if we've already saved the world, then why does it matter if we die? Why do you care?
I just do. I value life. Every life. Even yours. Especially yours.
Je passe la vie de la princesse.
Why?
What do you mean, why? I think it's perfectly reasonable to value life.
Non, il y a autre chose.
Exactly. I don't have to answer that.
Ouais, est-ce que je peux mourir de faim ou de déshydratation?
That's a grim thought, isn't it? But I suppose you're right. You are a creature of biology. Something will happen to you before forever comes along.
Ah.
We don't have to starve to death. You have our way out. Use it.
Il est capable d'aller ailleurs, le narrateur? Parce que je suis curieuse quand même d'en savoir plus sur ce narrateur.
I'm stuck here with you. I wish I weren't.
Ah, il est coincé avec nous.
Feelings mutual. At least we're all being honest.
C'est parce qu'il sera seul. Genre, il est seul sans nous. Mais c'est bizarre.
Unlike you, I'm not capable of being lonely. Oh, sure you are. Give it some time without us and I'm sure you'll start feeling lonely.
Ouais, je vais prendre la truc, hein.
You remove the blade from the princess's body. What exactly are you planning on doing with it? Again? That's unfortunate. You were only supposed to be here once. I don't like the way you said that. You knew this was a possibility.
C'est intéressant, c'est la première fois qu'il admet qu'il est possible qu'on soit revenu.
Of course I did. Though I'd rather hoped I was the first one. That explains a lot, though.
What? Donc il savait? Pourquoi il fait l'étonner à chaque fois s'il sait?
Oh, you bastard. How much are you not telling us? Plenty. But it's all in your best interest. And the world's. And mine. She's dead and we're stuck in a hell void forever. How could telling us your secrets possibly hurt anyone?
Ouais.
It just can. Look, this world is saved, but if you start over, for all you know, you're just putting another world in danger. You barely managed to land the killing blow here. What if you don't manage it next time? I've already said too much, really. You won't get another word out of me on the subject.
Ok. Non, je veux savoir le secret. Je veux quand même essayer d'avoir des secrets.
No.
Ah. Et maintenant?
Still no.
Ah, je voulais continuer. Et maintenant, et maintenant, et maintenant, et maintenant.
You're not going to wear me down. Oh, we should ask him one more time. He's on the cusp of sharing his secrets. I can feel it. I'm not. Either way, at least needling him is something to do. The narrator ignores you. You can't just describe yourself ignoring us. I can. The narrator continues to ignore you.
Ah, j'ai plus l'option. Bah, dans ces cas-là, je me tue.
I don't like this, but I suppose there's not much I can do to stop you, is there? You raise the blade to your neck and slit your carotid artery. Here we go. You'd better get this right next time, do you hear me? Don't blow it. Everything goes dark, and you die.
On a atteint le chapitre 3.
You're on a path
shit.
in the wood. Shit. This really doesn't end, does it? It doesn't matter if we kill her, it doesn't matter if she kills us, it just goes on and on and on and on and on.
Est-ce que je vais avoir une autre voix dans ma tête?
Yes, so it does.
J'ai une autre voix dans ma tête. Mais je crois qu'en fait, on empire le truc.
No, there has to be a way out of here. There just has to be. What if we do what she asked us to last time? What if we just let her leave? Okay, so you've already been here. More than once, even. Great. So you probably already know all about her and all about the threat she poses to the world.
Ok, donc cette fois, il admet que c'est possible qu'on revienne. Là, ce narrateur-là l'admet.
Then let me remind you how catastrophic it would be if you helped her leave in any way. If she gets out, the world ends and everyone ends with it, yourself included. Oh, threatening us with death, are we? And why should we be afraid of dying? We've already done it twice.
Mais du coup, quand on meurt, on revit dans un nouveau monde où, visiblement, ce qu'on a fait avant le rend la princesse pire, vu qu'elle revit aussi. Si on la sauve, le monde finit et on nourrit l'entité. Et en fait, faudrait la tuer, vivre notre vie, mais au bout d'un moment, on va mourir quand même si c'est genre de vieillesse ou quoi, donc rebelote. Donc en fait, il y a vraiment que l'entité qui nous fait vite ça en boucle, quoi.
All death has done is shunt us back to these woods, where we're forced to listen to your empty warnings again and again. This place feels a bit different though, doesn't it? I don't even know what I'd call it, but it's definitely not the same path in the woods anymore. That's all the more reason to take this seriously. If the path isn't the same, it means that her influence is spreading, and the world has already started to end. Her influence?
Ouais, crache le morceau le narrateur là.
I really shouldn't have said that. It'll make your task more difficult. But now it's out, you could always take that information as a sign of goodwill between us and do your job, alright? Suspiciously quick. If I had to make a wager, I'd say yes and no.
J'ai demandé si jamais il était le même narrateur qu'avant, parce que cette fois il acceptait vachement vite qu'on était revenu dans le passé.
Is that supposed to be a riddle? If it is, it's not very good.
Ça m'étonne pas, Isran, en vrai. Mais j'attends de voir ce que donne tout ça. Et en vrai, ouais, j'attends de voir, parce que...
I haven't met you, but you've clearly met me. It sounds to me like you're hopping between parallel realities, in which case the me you just met here is the same collection of experiences as the me you met at all of those other beginnings, but their continuity breaks the moment you say or do anything, in effect making them all separate. So, yes, I'm the same me, but ever since the moment we started talking, I'm different.
Ça c'est logique, c'est le principe des voyages dans le temps, tout ça,
Not
tout
sure
ça.
how we're supposed to kill him ourselves, but he's asking for it. Maybe there's some way she can take care of him for us.
Oui et peu.
They've clearly all been through some harrowing experiences. Don't let their baggage influence your decisions. You have the ability to see things clearly. I suggest you use it.
Ah, je peux tant... Ouais, mais non, c'est... J'ai très envie de partir et en même temps, j'ai très envie de réessayer de la tuer vu qu'elle peut pas nous tuer. On sait maintenant qu'elle peut pas nous tuer parce qu'elle a besoin de nous pour sortir de la cabane. Donc à partir de là, on a l'ascendant en fait.
Then she finds a way out on her own. So, standing around out here is the same as us letting her out. Only we don't have to see her. That's gotta be better, right? No, it's strictly worse. And why is that? Because it's cowardly, for starters, and because the unknown is always worse than the known. But really, all you're doing right now is weighing two considerably bad options. The only solution worth considering is slaying her, and whatever delusion is holding you back from doing that is just that, a delusion. If you already managed to end her in some other world, the only reason you'd be here is that you somehow managed to do it wrong.
Ah non, on l'a fait bien, mais bon, elle a fait disparaître les escaliers, quoi. Bon, on va y aller.
Continue down the path towards the cabin. It isn't long before you're steps away from your destination. I don't think you need any words of warning. I think you know what's in there, and despite your protestations, I think you know what you need to do. I don't like any of our options here. It feels like we're being driven down the tracks to some awful inevitability. There must be something we're missing, something that would make everything make sense. Maybe letting her out really is the answer. Whatever. You don't want to listen to me? Do it then. Let her out. See what I care. It sounds like somebody's about to crack. There's obviously no point in trying to reason with you right now, especially with all these clowns offering up their useless advice. Honestly, it seems like the more I try and talk sense into you, the more single-minded they get about letting her out. So yes, I'm done trying to argue. Would you look at that? We take it however you will.
Mais en fait, pour moi,
The interior of the cabin is
What?
long and dark, a single narrow
Qu'un
hallway
miroir?
stretching far into the distance. Curtains billow out from tall windows on either side, obscuring the path forward, fluttering helplessly as opposing gusts of wind rush into the building, clashing and joining and driving everything forward. The only furniture of note is... that's strange. What's strange? Is it the mirror? The mirror? No, there isn't a mirror. What's strange is that there isn't much of anything in here at all, aside from the curtains. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade?
Ah ouais, mais on peut pas la tuer si on n'a pas d'arme. Et pourquoi il y a un miroir au milieu du
What do you
couloir?
mean there isn't a mirror? There's a mirror, plain as day at the end of the hall. I suppose the only way to go is forward. So forward we will go. Blade or not, it doesn't really matter.
En vrai, on
does
peut
it?
toujours l'étrangler à mort. Hein. Ah oui, il peut peut-être voir au travers du miroir le narrateur.
If you're asking what's at the end of the hallway, it's the way to the basement.
Ah,
You say
ok.
there isn't a door? Are you saying that at the end of the hallway there's just an opening again? He didn't say door, did he?
Pas dit d'or.
No, I didn't say door, because there isn't a door, it's just an opening. It's just like last time, isn't it? Only instead of a visible empty void, there's an invisible one. For all we know, she could be standing right there behind the mirror. For all we know, she's gonna jump out at us, and there's nothing we can do to stop her.
Mais elle peut pas nous tuer. D'habitude, je suis d'accord avec la troisième voie. J'ai jamais connu la quatrième, par contre. Mais juste, elle peut pas nous tuer, elle a besoin de nous vivants, elle l'a dit au deuxième...
Let me assure you that there's nothing there. Nothing is going to jump out at you, and certainly not the princess. The princess is in the basement. You slowly make your way towards the gaping maw that awaits you. Your fraying nerves buzz with trepidation, the chill wind raising your hackles as it gently pushes you forward, towards the darkness at the end of the hallway. You can't shake the feeling that you're being watched. Oh, do we? Do we feel like we're being watched? I hadn't noticed. At least you're admitting to it now. You stop as you reach the end of the hallway, I presume in front of whatever mirror isn't actually there. I hate that I know what's about to happen. Knowing makes it so much worse. You reach your arm forward into the pitch black of the opening.
Ouais.
Oh, that was a close one. All that stress and lead up for
Il
nothing.
arrive à me tendre.
Helplessly staring into the void. I'm glad I made a lasting impression.
Fuck. Après, le truc c'est que je sais pas si ce que je fais là c'est une bonne idée. Genre ça se trouve ça renforce l'entité. Je sais pas.
Shit, where is she? You feel something long and frigid coil around your ankle. Your heart skips a beat, standing in muted shock for one long, frozen moment. And then she, the princess, constricts. Your bones snap.
Oh le bruit.
Icy pain radiates up from the break, a deep cold flooding your veins as your legs, numb with the shock of it, collapse, and you collapse with them. You're met with the terrifying visage of the princess. Her hand grips your leg in a steel vice, her grin carved jagged from ear to ear, crowded with far too many long and crooked teeth.
Eh mais c'est pas juste briser notre... Genre là notre pied il fait un angle bizarre là. Hein?
You killed me last time, and that was after you tried to lock me away forever. I was so close to freedom, but then you took my body away from me. So now I'm going to take yours, and I'm going to walk it out of here.
Oh.
And you get to watch me do it, completely helpless, just like you left me.
Il était déjà dans un angle pas top mon pied, il y avait pas besoin de reforcer.
Okay, maybe letting her in isn't the best idea. She clearly hates us. And what's your point? I thought you wanted to get out of here. This is a way out, and it's different. We might as well take it.
Yeah, but not like this. She's going to make it hurt.
Ouais.
Then turn off the part of you that feels things.
Oh, like it's that easy?
It is. Pain is just another sensation. If you can tolerate joy, you can tolerate pain.
Except that pain hurts.
Yes, that's what it does. That's the definition.
Do we need to explain to you why pain is bad?
You need to explain to yourself why it isn't.
Je suis pas sûre que dire à cette chose, qui n'est clairement plus une princesse, un partout, ce soit une bonne idée. Est-ce que elle préférerait me... Enfin, genre, parce que me posséder, ça lui ferait un quai de conscience? Je ne suis pas sûre. Est-ce qu'elle a besoin de mon corps? Elle avait l'air de dire ça. Ou on va quand même tenter le un partout?
I think you forgot something. Like the part where all this started when you left me to languish in a pit all by myself. Now it becomes something so much worse. And it's all thanks to you.
Ouais, mais genre... C'est parce que le combat est... Oui, enfin...
If I were you, I would just want to get it over with. You lost your chance to call the shots. There's no going back to fix it now. You can either look on in horror or celebrate my freedom. But either way, you're about to become a passenger.
Peut-être que je peux dire genre je suis une victime et jeter le narrateur sous le bus en vrai. Vas-y, j'ai testé.
And sometimes victims become the same as their victimizers. Just because someone hurt you doesn't mean you get a free pass.
Alors c'est un peu plus compliqué que ça, étant donné qu'il il force un peu ma volonté, mais...
Funny how she says that like it's a bad thing when it's exactly what she's doing right now.
Something tells me pointing out the irony wouldn't do much to help us.
You should be grateful that I still have a use for you. Being mine is more than you deserve, really. Enough talking. We'll have plenty of time for chit-chat once this place is far behind us.
You remain pinned
Oh,
to the floor
c'est
of the
quoi
long
ça?
hallway as the rest of the princess's body emerges. Her proportions all wrong, limbs bent and curling, moving in ways that defy your understanding. Her torso stretches until her face is practically touching yours, her neck cracking audibly as she twists to look at you from a fresh angle.
J'ai créé un monstre. Non, c'est pas une princesse, ça.
Are you sure you can't do anything to help us? Can't you, like, manifest a rock right on top of her head? And crush you along with her? Not that I even can manifest a rock. Besides, I thought you all wanted to free the princess.
Non, moi, je veux pas la free du tout, hein.
Not like this. You don't even have a weapon, so I'm afraid you're out of luck, which unfortunately means that I, and the rest of the world, are out of luck too.
Après, il y a des fois, on a fait des choses inimaginables juste avec la volonté d'eux. Du coup, si on pense très fort à la tuer, elle meurt, non?
Deep breath. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine.
Is it? Is there any conceivable way that this is fine?
Yeah, I'm right. This is fine. It's better than last time. At least our organs aren't failing. At least I can actually talk. It is fine. Everything is always fine. These consequences have no real impact on us outside of momentary discomfort. I'm sure we'll be moving on again soon enough.
Your vision fades as she tears open the membrane of your soul.
What? Ah oui, elle va vraiment nous posséder, hein.
You're awake. Eyes once again fixed on the long hallway, your vision swimming as the princess's command reverberates inside your skull. Her voice is all-encompassing.
you feel wrong.
En vrai, si on se tape la tête assez de fois, assez fort sur le mur, et qu'on se tue avant de la laisser sortir... Ouais, mais après, elle risque d'être pire la fois d'après, quoi. Mais on ira jusqu'au chapitre 4. D'ailleurs, faudrait peut-être que je sauvegarde un coup.
It's so cramped in here. Like there's some sort of growth trying to push us all out.
Oh!
I
Pourquoi ça
know.
fait crack?
You rise to your feet, though the pain in your ankle is blinding. Your body slumps against the wall, desperately leaning into it for support.
La cheville, c'est pour ça que ça fait crack. Logique.
It's rather rude to show up in somebody else's body and boss it around like this.
Elle nous entend. Enfin, elle les entend.
We were gonna let you out of here. That's the whole reason we marched all the way back up to the cabin. Were we? I was.
I know you were, but you were only into it for the wrong reasons.
And what reasons are those supposed to be? Nobody should be able to be judge, jury, and executioner.
Après, on a eu une partie love story, hein. Et là, Après, en vrai, si on prend une autre perspective, la princesse et moi, on fait plus qu'un. Pour certains, c'est une histoire d'amour, hein.
Weren't you all of those things for me? I can grasp the shape of everything you think and feel. You think you are numb, but you are hopeless and paranoid. You are afraid of me. And I don't feel regret, even to the recesses of your soul. There is not a drop of sympathy to be found.
C'est bizarre, par contre, on l'entend étouffé, alors que les voix dans notre tête, on les entend bien.
We weren't always like this. I've always been like this.
All I'm doing is reaping what you've sown.
We don't have to let her out. I've been storing up a little bit of will since she forced her way in here. Take it and throw us all into the basement. It's better than giving her what she wants.
En vrai, j'ai envie de tenter.
You wouldn't dare. Move now.
En vrai, j'ai envie de tenter.
Your
Aïe.
body, still slumped against the wall, trapped between the princess's overwhelming will and the blinding pain of your splintered ankle, takes an excruciating step towards the cabin door. The movement is stiff, your body reduced to a marionette, pulled reluctantly along by your strings.
It's not that bad. The pain feels good. Because I know you feel it too.
Ah, elle a mal aussi. Non, 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 non. Vas-y, moi, je pars pas. J'ai...
In a single moment of overwhelming willpower, you tear your body from the wall and hurl it towards the gaping abyss.
I won't let you do this.
Bah, je le fais quand même.
Capillaries burst and muscle fibers tear as you and the princess struggle over the reins of your body. One foot planted firmly on the edge where the floor ends, and then nothing begins. It's unquestionable that her reserves are greater than yours, but fortunately for you, the distance you have to cover is far shorter. We're putting in everything we have.
Ouais,
You're not.
go.
You're thinking too much about how she's hurting us. You're thinking too much about your body. It's just a body.
Yes, it's just a body now. But I need to do so many terrible things to you.
Je ne céderai pas à la menace.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Next one, we all go. 1, 2, 3. You throw everything you have against her and manage, for one brief moment, to overpower the princess's hold on your body. But that moment was all you needed. Your foot slips a few inches, and you collapse forward, the darkness swallowing you whole.
Mais c'est toi qui m'as possédé et qui m'a brisé la cheville.
Her thought slips through you, unheeded, as you fall, and fall, and fall. it.
Yes, we've really shown them. I don't think this qualifies as saving the world, but at least you didn't ruin it.
Mais ça se trouve, elle nous avait mindfuck et c'était la sortie, hein.
What happens now? But I want to know what he thinks happens now.
Why? What do you know that you're not telling us?
Ah, est-ce qu'on va en apprendre plus? Mais tout à l'heure, il disait qu'il pouvait pas partir, donc est-ce qu'on a provoqué une fin? Pourtant, elle est enfermée, ça peut pas être une fin de monde. Ah si. Mais pourtant, c'était pas une fin du monde là.
She's gone. Where did she go? And there's that. It's calling us, and not in a good way. Ignore the cowards. You have to.
Y a rien. Y a pas mon reflet, y a même pas. Y a rien. Juste rien. Ah. Non, en fait, y a quelque chose.
I think you know what I am.
Ah, c'est genre la version de moi complète? Mais attends, pourquoi c'était le narrateur qui parlait? What the fuck? On vient de rencontrer le narrateur? Enfin, rencontrer... C'est compris.
The narrator. Yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all, an objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
Un certain nombre. Ok, j'ai peut-être un nombre de questions limité, faut bien les choisir. Qu'est-ce qu'il est?
I'm an echo, likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
Ok, donc c'est un reste de notre créateur? Que tous les narrateurs du coup sont différents, enfin ils sont différents par leur construction et la manière dont on interagit avec eux, mais...
Of course. That is by both necessity and design.
C'est-à-dire...
This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world.
Ah.
But
Okay.
you'll be awake soon. And then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
Ah, donc il sait pour la manière dont on se construit? Donc oui, il sait à propos des boucles. Ah, on peut lui demander ce qu'on est vu qu'il m'a fait. Est-ce qu'est la princesse? Je viens de demander ce qu'est la princesse.
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can.
What?
So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you. This isn't the end just yet. You can still destroy her and save everyone. You were made to do this single task, and you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
Ok, mais du coup, je suis quoi? J'existe juste pour la tuer?
You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
Ah, bah fallait dire ça dès le début, mec. Ouais, pourquoi il nous a pas dit ça direct?
If you actually knew what she was from the start, if you knew her capabilities, a single intrusive thought could have instantly ended the entire world.
Ah, mais il nous aide pas là. Ouais, est-ce que je peux pas juste souhaiter d'elle que ce soit genre une petite merde?
As you are now, you won't be able to will her into anything. You don't work the way a living being does. Not anymore. And as you were before, you couldn't be trusted with the knowledge of what she is. No one could be trusted with that knowledge. Intrusive thoughts have a way of creeping in and ruining everything. It's why I had to die.
Ouah, je comprends pas tout. Ah, il y a tellement de questions qu'on peut lui poser, c'est horrible. Pourquoi il a fait d'elle la
I
princesse?
didn't make her a princess, but I wove the idea of her into something your scattered mind could fathom. You chose for that something to be a princess.
Ok. Excusez-moi. Et est-ce que, genre, comment je suis censée la détruire?
With some amount of difficulty. But you're an abstract concept yourself. It would have been preferable if you had destroyed her within the confines of the construct, but when I shaped the two of you, I made sure that you were strong enough to see things through.
Ok. Bon, normalement, je suis capable de la tuer. Je sais pas trop comment, mais je suis capable. J'ai l'impression qu'on va pas pouvoir revivre cette fois-là. Est-ce qu'on revive grâce au narrateur?
You haven't. You've flirted with dying. You've played pretend. But your consciousness is an unbroken stream.
J'ai eu un succès à court de questions. Ah mais c'est terrible. En fait, on est allé, enfin, entre guillemets, si loin. Après, ça dépend comment elle agit, l'entité. La princesse complète. Je sais pas. J'étais partie pour la tuer, mais... Après, c'est mon boulot. Je vais juste lui dire que j'ai pas encore décidé.
I've said my piece, and my time is up. It's like I said, I'm just an echo. And echoes always fade away. You know what you have to do.
Dernier fragment de verre. Oh wow!
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me.
Ok. Y a pas que des bras cette fois. Hein.
It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
Elle a pas l'air maléfique, hein. Je lui parle de mes doutes. Ouais, je pense qu'elle sait ce qu'on est. Ouais, je vais lui parler de mes doutes. Enfin, genre que je sais pas trop.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
Ok, ouais, je vais lui demander pour l'écho, hein.
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
Heureusement que je lui ai pas dit que j'allais la tuer, du coup. Sinon, effet de surprise zéro.
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
Oh mais c'est horrible. Genre cette fois elle a pas l'air genre impératrice maléfique. Bon ok, l'apparence c'est pas encore tip top. Alors, Après, c'est vrai qu'on lui a dit que on la tuerait après. Et en même temps, le choix de partir est pas disponible. Genre, on peut faire le choix de la tuer, on peut pas faire le choix de partir. Enfin, je suppose que ça, c'est le choix de partir, mais... Ouais, pourquoi c'est forcément moi qui prends la décision? C'est un peu de la triche.
Of course I have a say in all of this. You and I share reflections of each other's burdens, just as you and I share reflections of each other's gifts. If we didn't, the winding paths that brought us here wouldn't have been full of strife and conflict.
Ouais, est-ce qu'il n'y a pas un autre moyen, un troisième choix?
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand.
Ah, je confirme, j'en comprends
But
rien.
we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you,
Oh.
then so be it.
Oh. Ok, je veux la tuer en fait. Bon, backup, je veux la tuer en fait. Mais c'était sûr que c'était une mauvaise idée de la faire pop, elle aussi. Trop de choix. Trop de choix. En même temps, je suis un peu contre la violence. Mais si c'est pour me faire bully, c'est chaud. Mais je peux dire que j'existe sans elle. Ça, c'est vrai, par contre.
Have you? Or is what you think of as independence merely an illusion? Without me, you can have no contrast. And without contrast, you have no shape.
To question everything is to deny the truth in front of you. To live alone within the caverns of your mind is to trap yourself in them forever. But you found me, and we chose to trust each other for no reason than the sake of believing in something that wasn't us. Shared skepticism blossomed into freedom, but we needed to walk a path together to bloom. Would you stop our journey now that you've seen its beginning? What of those in the worlds beyond? Would you erase their paths to stop them from going astray?
Non, j'ai pas envie de surrender. Non, en soi, j'ai pas besoin d'elle, en fait. Genre, il y a plusieurs fois, il y a même une fois où on a fini un monde sans l'avoir vu du tout.
Time you spent away from me is still time spent in reference to me.
C'est pas faux.
Even then, both of us are more than our bodies. Am I not in the trees? Am I not in the cabin? Am I not in you? My mass is not marvelous. There is no beginning, there is no end, and there is no end. The flood of there is only the flood of bodies. Hold every possible every moment you hold every possible. But in the end, you reflected it back at me. For a brief moment, both of us were everything.
Non.
We can be everything again. We can weave a beautiful and endless song.
Non, mais j'ai pas envie. Non.
You place far too much trust into the ravings of a fearful and ignorant soul who overstepped his bounds. Your letter drives a stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go? Love melted into skepticism, and you pulled back layer after layer after layer, until all you were left with was the knowledge that you did not know me. You sought the truth then. Will you hide from it, now that it is within your grasp?
Alors. Ouais, non, mais je vais continuer sur ce dont je suis partie.
Intent is nothing. Wisdom is everything. I turn the wheel because suffering is a falsehood, a delusion. It is up to the world to free itself of it. Would you plunge yourself into a cold and empty eternity on faith alone? Would you destroy the only other thing like you to save a world you've never seen?
Bah au départ j'étais pas chaud. Mais en vrai, je veux pas laisser cette chose vivre, exister ou je sais, enfin non.
A black hole of self-loathing fed by the matter of your restless thoughts. A dog blind to its leash. But there is no light without the dark. When I proclaimed my godhood and offered you a place at my side, you gladly became the instrument of my new creation.
C'est vrai. Mais c'était avant de la connaître. C'était avant de connaître tout le bordel.
Only with both of us is there a future to look towards. It is hope that carves meaning into being.
Non. J'ai l'impression de boucler, mais... Oui, c'est vrai, en plus, j'ai pas besoin de la détruire, juste de l'arrêter.
If I need to spend all of eternity to show you the error of your ways, then I will gladly do so.
Ah.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't.
Mais du coup, ça marche aussi.
There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
Ouais, juste, je peux pas laisser tout mourir. En fait, elle est tellement... Je sais pas comment dire ça, c'est... Elle a une présence tellement menaçante, tellement malsaine. C'est pas possible en fait.
Even now, you think you can destroy me. If it takes all of eternity to break your delusion, I will still break it.
You don't have to face her alone.
Oh, y'a le héros. Ah oui, qu'il y a un calérosé.
All of them? I assume in the same way that you're all of you.
Ok. Et bah, pour une fois, je suis contente de l'entendre en vrai.
It's good to be here. You'll never be able to strike a decisive blow from out here. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
Ouais.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick.
Ok, go. Go,
You
go,
ready?
go. Opération Commando.
Then let's go.
Oh, waouh. C'est...
And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it?
Ok, Kéro, ça va te plaire.
Do
On
you
va la buter.
need me to describe things?
Non, c'est bon, t'inquiète, le héros. Personne d'autre n'a réussi à aller plus loin.
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
Ouais, logique.
That's probably for the
Wow.
best. It's always seemed to give us more options than not.
Ok, go.
The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
We both know why you're here. You don't have to draw it out for my sake.
It sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing. Only she didn't know us. And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
Non, 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 go, go, go.
And
Ah,
there
elle est
you
free.
are, knife in hand. That sight brings me back. You're going to do it then, aren't you? You're really going to kill me. You'll have all of eternity to yourself after this. Why don't we chat a little before I go?
Alors, j'ai très envie de discuter avec elle, mais à chaque fois qu'on doute et qu'on discute avec elle, c'est la merde derrière. Donc c'est horrible, mais non. J'ai envie de discuter avec elle, mon cœur de joueuse a envie de discuter et d'avoir des infos.
So this is it then.
Allez, faut qu'on la
Let's see this
tue.
through.
So, that's how it is.
Ouais, ouais, pas d'arts martiaux, pas de coups fourrés, pas de machin, juste tu meurs.
Whatever world you want to build without me, I hope it works out.
J'espère aussi.
Despite our differences, I've always loved you, and I wish you nothing but the best.
Oh mais non! Mais non! Voilà, après elle discute, après je vais regretter. Non! Oh merde, j'ai pas sauvegardé depuis un moment. J'aurais pu tester les deux fins. Enfin, du coup, je peux, mais... Ah, en la détruisant, on a aussi détruit une part de nous. Mais le monde n'est pas mort.
She's gone. And I don't think she's coming back.
Ah,
Is that a metaphor, or are you being literal? It doesn't matter, we don't need to linger down here anymore. Let's get going.
Mais est-ce que s'il y a encore une partie d'elle et qu'on part, c'est comme si on la libérait?
It's quiet here.
Ouais, bah on est tout seul maintenant. Au moins on est deux. Ok.
He's gone. She's gone. No one is left to trap us here but us.
On est coincé ici par nous-mêmes. Parce qu'on est tout. Oh. Ah, une fille. Alors franchement, je ne m'essayerai pas à traduire tout ce beau petit bazar parce que je pense que je vais louper plein de précisions, on va dire, dans la traduction. Donc je vous laisse lire, mais...
It's finally over, isn't it? But all of us are still here.
Oh!
Absolute reality. Who would have thought there was really a world outside of us? And who would have thought we'd actually wind up siding with him?
On a toutes les voix avec nous.
I hope this was all worth it, because I'm personally inconsolable. Lucky for us, you have forever to get over it. It's good to be back. Now we just have to figure out what to do with ourselves. Forever. No problem. We can do that, yeah?
En vrai, je suis presque sûre qu'à quoi? On est 5, plus le héros 6, plus moi-même 7. Franchement, à 7, on passe le temps, hein.
Yeah. We can do that.
Ah non, plus le froid aussi. Ok, donc on a les crédits. Alors, je suis très curieuse de découvrir, je suppose, au moins une autre fin. Anti-me-pan, étant donné que j'ai gardé une sauvegarde pas trop... il n'y a pas trop loin, on va dire. Je viens de voir un succès, ça me dit finir le jeu, la bonne fin ne compte pas. Du coup, je suppose qu'on n'a pas eu la bonne fin. Mais oui, toutes les éternités, c'est peut-être long. Ok. Bon, alors on va se faire...
It's rather... Where I was. In a single moment of over... This... It's called ignore. I think you... You were either going to have seen all this, or you weren't going to have seen all this. This is worse, but you still have an opportunity to save the world.
Non, 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 allez. Moi, je te crois pas. Je destroy le miroir. Et on va team up. On va team up.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. Ever the
Ok. Je pense que c'est le temps pour nous de partir, mais je sais pas comment ou où aller.
Nothing brings me greater joy than to hear those words. The final peace lies with you.
Au moins, Le temps de ça. Ok, donc on a à peu près le même, genre le même feeling, on va dire, de nous-mêmes, de notre corps que l'autre.
I love you.
What the fuck? En fait, c'est mieux comme ça.
It's magnificent. Everything, just like it always has been, and just like it always will be.
Mais enfin chez nous. Mais elle avait l'air tellement menaçante pourtant. C'est peut-être parce que je doutais, et en doutant je l'ai rendue en soi entre guillemets méchante. Et étant donné que j'ai eu un autre succès Steam, je pense que c'est la bonne fin. J'aurais pas dû écouter Kiro. Voilà, tout ça c'est la faute de Kiro. Bravo, franchement. J'ai quand même envie de tester un truc, c'est que du coup, douter d'elle en lui posant des questions. Et derrière, me soumettre. Alors, on va tenter un dernier truc avant.
So, we were, and what we were,
Hop.
in a single moment of hope. I think you know.
J'ai eu un succès, casser le miroir sans poser de questions.
I can finally see you, and you can finally
Et qu'est-ce qui arrive? On va dire, est-ce qu'il n'y a pas moyen de faire...
If you're saying that,
Ah, pardon. J'avais oublié qu'il se passait ça.
but you say to question everything is to deny the truth. But you found me.
Ok, donc les choses arrivent dans le même ordre. Qui finalement est l'ordre inverse, j'ai l'impression, d'apparition. Ok, et là, du coup, je surrender.
Nothing brings me greater joy than to hear those words.
Alors j'ai eu un nouveau succès. Ok, magnifique. Ok, j'ai l'impression que la fin est la même si la manière dont y arriver l'est pas forcément. Ouais. Ok. J'ai envie de tenter un dernier truc, mais je vois pas pourquoi ça marcherait. C'est genre de la tuer direct dans le cas d'une nouvelle partie.
You're
En vrai,
on a
rien ne m'en
path.
empêche.
You make. Oh, she will love. We're not gonna. The interior of the blade is. You take. The door to the base.
On sait jamais, peut-être que si on la tue la
You're
première
still
fois,
listening to reason.
ça passe, ça marche.
You step forward. Your grip on the blade.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can... I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, you lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh, this is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
It's like
J'ai
she's
espéré,
convinced
hein.
she can't die.
On sait jamais, peut-être qu'il y avait un moyen de finir ça dès le début en écoutant le narrateur et qu'on a été con et voilà.
Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over?
Oui.
Yes, exactly.
Si je pense qu'elle est morte, elle est
It's
morte.
over. With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. Why do I feel like we've done something terrible? You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience. But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here. You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all.
Bah je crois que ça
Where
marche
a
pas
lush
du
forest
coup. Hein.
stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away. What happened? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good. Everyone is
Ah,
happy.
quoique.
You'll be happy.
Ouais, je pensais que pour sauver le monde, j'aurais une meilleure fin.
This isn't an ending. In fact, now that the princess has been slain, endings are a thing of the past. No. This is the beginning of eternity. Your reward. This is what's best for everyone. Trust me. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or months or years or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier. Psst. Hey. We're not just gonna stay here forever, right?
Parce que si on fait ça comme ça, en vrai, aucun monde n'a été détruit. Dans l'autre cas, on a détruit plein de monde avant de... Je sais pas. Voilà,
Are we
on est
really
content.
happy? Or is he just telling us that we are?
Ah ouais, on
Really?
est content.
Well, if you ever change your mind, just let me know,
J'ai
I
foi en nous,
guess.
on est content.
More happy time passes, though the word begins to lose its meaning. Time, that is, not happy. Happy still has plenty of meaning. Please, shake yourself out of it. We have to get out of here. The little voices, please, fall on deaf ears. Eventually you pass into a blissful state of pure existence. Though words like eventually and pass ceased to have any meaning to you long before that shift, you simply exist. Happy. Forever.
M'attendez pas à un dessin paint. Enfin, genre, c'est pas paint, mais franchement, c'est comme si, genre... Oh merde. C'est vraiment une fin en plus. D'accord, je comprends la good ending qui ne compte pas du coup, vu qu'elle elle est pas à la fin quoi. Eh ben, moi j'ai une question, vu que je sais Isran que du coup tu as vu une map des décisions, etc. Ma question c'est combien il existe de... J'ai perdu le mot. De princesses différentes, quoi, en gros. Je sais plus le mot qu'ils utilisent, là, c'est vaisselle, mais... Genre de voix dans notre tête différentes et de... Ah, c'est terrible. Perturbe. Oh, j'avais oublié qu'il glitchait. Ah, 23 corps de princesse! Alors qu'on en a découvert que 5! Ah, weird! Non mais le 23 corps de princesse ça me suffit, Isran, t'inquiète, j'ai pas forcément besoin du nombre de voix, sinon voilà. C'est l'un ou l'autre, suivant comment c'était... Et bah du coup... Alors je sais pas si on a fait toutes les fins en soi, dans le sens où... Attendez, je vais baisser un petit peu le son pour vous et dans mes oreilles. Donc je sais pas si on a eu toutes les fins, dans le sens où je ne sais pas si du coup les réceptacles qu'on va lui amener peuvent modifier son comportement à la fin. Là, j'ai l'impression qu'on avait un truc un petit peu, mais je peux me tromper, hein, vu que je connais rien, mais un petit peu équilibré dans le sens où on a eu des bonnes princesses et des mauvaises princesses. Un peu. On a eu un peu des deux. Mais du coup, je suis grave curieuse de tenter des chemins ou des choix, à défaut parfois des chemins, qu'on n'a pas fait. Alors que ça peut être par exemple d'essayer de s'enfermer quand il y avait la deuxième chaîne, ou juste de tester d'autres trucs. Par exemple, en fait, je sais pas si on peut genre la tuer, puis se dire non, je ne suis pas heureux. Et du coup se rendre compte qu'il y a un problème, etc., etc. Enfin bon, bref. Il y a 23 princesses, je pense qu'il y a pas mal de possibilités. Donc ce que je vais faire, c'est que là, je vais faire une toute petite pause. Et puis dans 5-10 minutes, je reviens. Et je recommence pour essayer d'avoir d'autres fins. Enfin, pas d'autres fins, mais d'autres corps de princesse. Voilà, je vais appeler ça comme ça. D'autres semi-fins. Fin intermédiaire. Fin de monde. Même pas. Fin de chapitre. Même pas non plus. En bref, vous m'avez compris. Hop. Du coup, je vous dis à tout de suite, si jamais il y en a toujours qui seront toujours là après. Et je reviens.
Batterie chargée à 40%.
Désolée, j'avais pas entendu le son. Et du coup, heureux. Hop, alors. Ah non, j'ai pas fermé ma porte. La fenêtre. Parce que l'odeur est pas tip top. J'ai l'impression qu'il y a une ventilation ou quoi qui fait passer des odeurs de cigarettes et compagnie. Du coup, des fois, c'est un peu lourd dans le bureau. Bon. Et bah, new game, hein. Alors, merde, je vous ai mis new game mais j'ai pas mis le mode de jeu.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Donc, ouais, on retourne tuer une princesse et du coup, ouais, je ferais bien un truc où on la tue, genre meurtrier. Genre viva la révolution.
You're here to...
C'est possible, hein, le viva la révolution. Hein.
That's the spirit.
Mais en mode, on la tue,
You
mais on
make
n'est
your
pas
way a
happy. Quoi.
warning. She will lie. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. Ignore him. He doesn't...
Alors si jamais on a des nouveaux dans le chat, mais je ne crois pas de ce que je vois, je peux
The
laisser les
interior of the
dialogues,
cabin is almost entirely bare.
vu que je pense que là on a que des gens qui ont vu la première partie. On va y aller.
The daughter, her voice.
Who's there?
She sounds... Don't let it fool you.
Allez, on
Good.
continue.
You're still listening to reason.
On y va
You
droit au
walk
but.
down, she's focus on the task.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or...
You step forward. You lunge
Et
forward without a
boum.
moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way.
Elle est morte.
Yes, exactly. It's over. With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs.
Hop. On part.
You open the cabin door.
On va
Only
partir parce que gna gna. Je vais commencer ici, je pense. En disant que bah, c'est des bullshit.
what's done is done. And there's no going back now.
Il y a toujours going
This
back.
is what's best for
J'ai un
everyone.
couteau, il y a toujours going
Trust
back.
me. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's just... Hey,
Après,
we're
j'aurai
not
peut-être
just
la
gonna
même
stay
fin.
here forever,
Juste, il me
right?
forcera à être content, même si je le suis pas.
I do, but you're probably not going to like it.
Le héros pense comme moi. Quick.
The blade. We can use the blade to get out of this. I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on, and I'm afraid that thing is you, dear hero. He's right. It's the only way out. Do you hear that? It wants to take this happiness away from you. It wants this wonderful place to end. Do you not? There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is to take that blade and use it. Don't you dare.
Ah tiens, je vais me gêner.
Thank you. I made this happy little place for you. Is this not a good enough reward for saving the world? An eternity of bliss? You ingrate?
En vrai, le narrateur est un peu con, c'est-à-dire que si tu veux coincer quelqu'un dans un endroit où faut pas qu'il en sorte et qu'il soit heureux, t'évites que l'endroit soit vide, qu'il y ait 4 vieux murs, une table et une porte que tu peux pas ouvrir sinon tu vois un cadavre.
Fine. Whatever. For the first time since time stopped meaning anything, you throw open the door to the basement and walk down the stairs.
J'espère que le jeu ne m'entendra pas. Mais à tout moment, elle se relève.
The princess's
Oh, ça va.
body is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you first held it.
C'est pas parce qu'un narrateur dit qu'on est heureux qu'on est heureux. Sinon, il y aurait des business de voix de narrateur et tout le monde serait heureux dans le monde. Ok, ce serait pas peut-être des dieux ou des restes de dieux, mais bon, bref.
You pick up the blade, you stab yourself, and you die.
Quick.
The end. Nice knowing you.
Le spectre. Alors c'est... Non, c'est pas vraiment
You're
comme ça
on
que
a
marche la
path
narration
in the-
normalement.
You're here to slay her.
Ok, on va faire genre, on connaît pas, et on est là en mode oh, mais je me suis tué, pourquoi je suis là? Oh là là!
I can assure you that you're not dead. And to answer your second question, you're here to slay the princess. I literally told you that a second ago. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. That's fine. It wasn't very hard to kill her last time.
Ah, mais oui!
We'll just do it again.
C'est vrai qu'on s'était tué aussi. Donc la voix froide là, c'est quand on se tue. Ok.
Well, if for whatever reason you're going to insist that this has happened before, at least your heart's in the right place.
Ok. Et bah go, on va la
A
buter.
warning. She will lie, she
Bla
won't.
bla bla. C'est pas elle le souci. Easy peasy.
The interior of the cabin is cold, a soft odor of dirt permeating the air. Cobwebs flutter in the corners. You can hear wind whistling outside, banging the shutters against the windows. The only furniture of note is an elegant antique table with a pristine blade perched on the edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. It feels like no one's been here for a long, long time. Like I've been saying, she's dead. We killed her already. You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and...
Et ok. Ouais, le miroir il est pas là. On s'en fiche du miroir.
The door to the basement groans open, revealing an old banister and a creaky wooden stairwell. Everything is coated in a thick layer of dust, and you can feel it settle into your lungs as you breathe in the stale air. The very building itself feels dead. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. The room below is silent. Nobody's here. Naturally. As much as I appreciate the optimism, you shouldn't be so sure. I guess we'll just have to go down and see.
Ok.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal body lying in a heap on the floor, its wrist still bound to the wall by a thick chain.
En vrai, si jamais elle saute de monde au moment où on la tue, vu qu'on avait commencé à attendre une éternité dans l'ancien monde, ça veut dire qu'elle a attendu une éternité dans le nouveau monde.
Okay, she's definitely dead. It's just like I told you. Before you have a chance to finish your thought, the top of a head appears from underneath the floor. Two deep-set eyes stare up at you, followed by a mischievous skeletal grin.
Oups.
And finally, the rest of the body floats up to join the head. Wait, this isn't right. What's going on here?
A ghost!
Oh, wow. How absolutely terrifying. What's a ghost supposed to do to us?
Vraiment, cette voix, c'est en mode oh, j'ai peur. Ah là là. Ouh.
Oh, it's you. Hiya, Keller. I was hoping to see you again. I have some issues with how our last meeting went.
Ah, mais moi, je m'en fous, hein. Vraiment, je suis en mode rampage. Je vais te tuer.
The princess drifts across the room into your orbit, gently running
presque
her
gentille
fingers
comme ça,
across
mais
your
voilà.
shoulders and down your neck as she circles you. Her touch is cold and ethereal, formless yet real enough that her icy fingertips send shivers dancing across your skin. So she has a body, and she's right there. That means we could kill her again, if we wanted to.
Oui. Rampage.
Without a moment's hesitation, you lash out with your blade. It's like you're slashing at air. No matter how many times you stab at her, no matter how many angles you strike from, all you manage to do is interrupt her form, the skin of your hand prickling with cold as it passes through, unable to find anything solid.
En vrai, j'y pense. Qu'est-ce qui se passe si on se tue avant de la tuer? Ah mais non, mais elle respawn aussi. On a déjà eu le cas. Quand elle nous tue, techniquement, elle est pas morte. Du coup, ça peut pas marcher. On peut pas genre se suicider pour sortir de tout ce cercle. But.
You're adorable when you're confused.
But I didn't say you could touch me.
On a énervé le fantôme.
Why are you even here? Just making sure you finish the job, or what?
Non, je veux pas lui dire qu'elle est supposée to win the world encore une fois. J'aime bien cette option. Tuer la princesse, mais plus fort. Avec plus d'entrain. Allez!
You swing at the princess once more, and once more your blade
Moi
cuts
je pense
through
que si on
nothing
le pense
as she
suffisamment
disappears.
fort, ça marche.
Really?
Her voice chides from elsewhere in the room. You whirl around, finding her hovering between you and the basement stairs, looking you over with grim disappointment. She draws in close.
I was willing to let bygones be bygones, killer. I was willing to ignore everything you did to me so we could get out of here, together. All I ever wanted was to leave this place. All I ever wanted was to find a way back home. Wherever home is.
Her eyes turn from wells of sorrow to pits of wrath as she stares into you.
I guess violence is the only language you speak.
Elle est terrifiante.
She forces her hand into your chest, and then...
Oh oh.
Yes? Nothing happens.
Ah?
Are you sure about that? Something should have happened.
Ouais, généralement, quand t'as une main de fantôme qui entre dans ta poitrine, c'est pour t'écraser le cœur.
And yet it didn't. We're fine.
Je ne suis pas... voilà, je suis pas effrayée, je suis fort, je vais la tuer.
Not yet. But let's see if you stay that way.
You can't be sure if you first hear or feel what happens next, but it is over before you can fully conceptualize what it is. A horrific splintering, the squelching of organs, the rending of tissue, an icy, numbing pain.
I'm done asking. The next time I see you, I'm taking everything I owed. Starting with your body. If you won't choose to give me my freedom, I'll just have to make you give it to me.
She's real now. If she's making us dead, we should return the favor.
Mais... la tue.
You swing your blade towards her briefly corporeal throat. It connects. A gash widens across her neck, glowing ectoplasm leaking from the wound. But it's too little, too late.
Ouais.
In her hand, you realize she clutches your still beating heart. It thumps unsettlingly. Did we get her?
Après, moi, certains films m'ont dit que tant que le cœur y battait et qu'il était pas troué, ça marchait, hein. Elle est toujours en vie.
Even if we didn't, we've given her something to remember.
See you soon, killer.
I'm afraid you'll never know. As she crushes your precious organ in her hand, everything goes dark, and you die.
C'est marrant comme dans les fictions, si ton cœur bat mais qu'il est plus connecté à ton corps, tu vis quand même. Ah ben voilà, c'était sûr. J'allais dire, vu qu'on l'a énervé, on va retomber sur l'espèce de fantôme
You're on a
qui va
path
nous
in the
posséder et
wood,
tout.
and here we go again. Off to
The deck's stacked, isn't it? We kill her, we start again. She kills us as a goddamn ghost, we start again. I'm starting to think we're being run in circles just for the sake of it. Come on,
let's not give in to all that misery just yet. There's got to be a way out of this. There's got to be a right answer.
Ah, and what if there isn't? Aren't you listening to me? What if all of this was rigged from the start?
That's ridiculous. There'd be no point in all this if it was just some kind of cosmic busy work.
De ouf ça, monsieur le héros.
I think that's exactly what it is. The powers that be seeing how many ways they can screw with us. Could be it's all some kind of sick joke to them.
Wouldn't that get, I don't know, boring? Okay, so you've already been here. Twice even. Great. Then let me poke a few holes in your depressing little theory. Nobody here is screwing with you, and I can't imagine any scenario where you would have started over after slaying the princess. Well, we didn't have to start over. We killed ourselves. And why, pray tell, did you do that?
Parce qu'un monde vide, c'est nul. Être un dieu dans un monde vide, c'est nul. Être à la merci d'un dieu dans un monde vide, c'est nul.
Because you decided to foist an infinite tedium on us. That doesn't sound like me. If I'd had everything my way, you would have effortlessly slain the princess, saved the world, and been given your happy ending. The ending was the tedium. You locked us in a cabin and sent that cabin to an endless void, and then you told us we were happy. Well, were you happy?
Si on s'est suicidé, c'est qu'on n'était pas happy. C'est le principe, monsieur le narrateur.
Of course we weren't happy. That's why we killed ourselves. It was awful.
Voilà.
It was boring.
It was bullshit.
Bullshit de ouf.
So you killed yourself?
Vaut mieux se tuer que vivre dans une éternité vide.
Yes. And then she killed us.
Even though she was already dead. This is all fake.
Okay, let's try to get back on track. You're real. The princess is real. The world is real. The people in the world are real. And the danger she poses to all of them is also, quite unfortunately, real. Whatever you did the first time, it sounds like it almost worked. So how about you give it one last try? Because killing yourself seems to undo all the good you almost managed to accomplish. All this standing around and talking is boring. Let's at least do something. Maybe we'll kill her again. Maybe we won't.
Ok, moi j'ai envie de faire un truc. Non, j'y vais pas.
I'm begging you, don't do this. You're going to damn everything to oblivion. You have to do something. You can't just walk away.
Ah,
Yet
si je
here
vais
we
walk
are,
away de ouf.
walking away despite your protestations. You can only bend the rules so much, huh? You can talk all you want, but you can't really do much of anything, can you? Ugh, fine. You walk down the path away from the cabin.
Je sais pas si on peut
And for all
avoir
our sakes that you change your mind before it's
genre
too late.
casser ce chapitre-là aussi. Y arriver à un chapitre 4.
Something isn't right. Can you still hear me? Everything is getting fuzzy.
Ah non, on a déjà une fin.
What's going on? Where are we?
Ah merde.
I don't know. But it feels like home.
That son of a bitch flipped over the table, didn't he?
Ah. J'ai l'impression que ce réceptacle n'était pas tip-top du coup. Visiblement, je l'ai un peu trop obsédé. Wake up. Ah.
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be.
Du coup, j'ai fait une fin où il n'y a pas de réceptacle. Genre j'ai fait une fin qui ne compte pas comme une fin. D'ailleurs j'ai eu... Enfin... Vous avez compris. D'ailleurs j'ai eu un achievement Steam en mode de retourner sur le bon chemin ou un truc comme ça. Ok.
That's the spirit. You a warning. The interior of the blade is your
Moi on n'entend pas le héros.
You take the blade from the The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. Her voice.
Who's there?
She sounds
c'est bon.
dangerous.
J'ai cru que le héros était
It's
plus
almost
là.
as if she's the one in charge now.
Don't let it fool you.
Ok.
You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes.
She's so coldly beautiful.
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Du coup, à la base j'étais partie full pour la tuer. Au pire je peux la tuer et m'excuser après. On va tenter ça, hein.
You step forward.
Oh? No, I'm probably chained up in this... So...
She's unarmed. You lunge forward.
Oh, ou sinon... Ah oui, je peux pas faire qu'elle est morte. Mais du coup, je peux dire que non, c'était trop facile. Oh! C'était sûr qu'en fait, notre perception, du coup, allait jouer sur le truc.
It's over. You could check her sleeves if you want, but I can assure you that there's nothing hidden up there.
We should make sure. What's the harm in checking for a pulse?
I really don't think you should do that.
And why shouldn't we? Is there something you're not telling us?
I've told you everything that's happened with complete accuracy. The princess is dead.
Ah, en fait, si on la
Your
croit
blade pierced
vivante,
her
elle est
heart.
vivante.
There's no coming back from that.
Ouais, c'est ça. Du coup, là, si je confirme qu'elle est morte, bah ça marche pas. Parce que faut pas que je la croie... Enfin, j'ai déjà eu la fin où je la crois morte. On va dire que je vais enlever la blade.
You
Ça, je
lean
l'aurai encore
down
dans
and
mes mains.
wrap your hand around the blade's hilt. But as you begin to slide it out of its resting place, you feel a sharp and sudden jab in your side.
Quoi? Mais elle a pas d'arme.
What was that?
I guess I won't be dying alone after all.
Sourire de
Quick,
psychopathe.
let's get out of here.
It's too late for that now. You collapse to the ground as the mortally wounded princess twists a blade of her own deeper between your ribs. As you fall, she falls with you, exhausted by the effort, the little life that was left in her eyes fading rapidly.
Elle est contente, hein.
An eye for an eye. A life for a life. I guess we're even now.
C'est elle qui l'a dit, c'est pas
See
moi.
you around.
You were so close. Why did you hesitate?
It doesn't matter. At least you managed to take her with you. For whatever that's worth.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Ouh, j'aime pas ce nom.
You're on a path. You're here to...
I can assure you that if he doesn't remember what happened...
This whole thing's a crock of shit. She's just going to
Okay.
pull a knife out of nowhere and stab us again.
On a de nouveau cette voix-là. Du coup, c'est quoi? C'est la voix quand on meurt tous les deux, je suppose. Vu que tout à l'heure, je l'ai eu. Enfin, elle m'a détruit le cœur, mais je lui ai tranché la gorge. Donc ouais, la voix... Comme ça, c'est quand on a... Oh, pardon. Quand il y a un partout.
Stabbed to death? Well, you won't have to worry. Yeah, that's exactly what you told us last time. You said this whole thing would be easy, but after we sank our blade into her heart, she just got up and started stabbing us.
Calm down. I assure you she has no weapons, so there's no reason to fear her. You were made for this job. You'll do just
Ah,
fine.
en fait, c'est pour ça. Il est là en mode calme-toi, t'inquiète, elle a rien et tout. Parce que si on est sûr qu'elle a quelque chose, on est déjà niqué. Ah, je pourrais déjà.
A
ouais, non.
warning. Before you go, she will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her.
He couldn't be more on the money. But we're really doing this, aren't we? I'd say you're lost, but I'm stuck here with you.
We know what to look out for this time. We know to be careful. Just stay focused and you'll be fine.
Je me demande ce que ça fait si chapitre 2 on turn around. Mais du coup, trop tard.
The interior of the cabin is a jagged mess of warped wood and broken boards, their splintered edges as uninviting as shattered glass. The only furniture of note is a pointed table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Je prends la lame directe.
The
mais...
blade is your implement. You take the blade from the table.
It feels a bit better to have a weapon in our hands. Let's make her hurt for what she's done to us.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what must once have been stairs. The fractured slats look as if they've been torn from their source and violently jammed into the wall. The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it, like the smell of fresh blood. And you can hear what sounds like the rhythmic scraping of metal coming from down below. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Ah, est-ce que c'est pas comme ça parce qu'on était persuadé qu'elle avait une arme? Et vu qu'on était persuadé qu'elle avait une arme, il va y avoir des armes, des lames des lames un peu partout.
That's right, scraping. I told you she has something, I told you.
That sound could be anything. It's probably just her chains dragging across the floor. I am begging you to get out of your head. Her grating voice carries up the stairs.
I hope you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here forever.
There is something so wrong with that voice.
Yeah, she thinks she's better than us, like she doesn't even have to put on an act this time.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view, her sharp eyes following you from across the room.
Il y a quoi derrière elle là? Et pourquoi elle a les mains dans le dos?
I wonder if she remembers us.
Finally, somebody! Quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe here.
Elle va me piéger. Ouais, c'est ça, Isran. C'est qu'en soi, c'est influencé suivant ce que nous on fait et la perception qu'on a d'elle. Donc si on a peur d'elle, elle nous donnera raison d'avoir peur d'elle.
Come on now, we're not falling for that, are we? She's trying to trick us, but she can't hide that threatening edge to her voice. She just wants us to get close, to let our guard down.
If she sounds threatening, it's because her mask is already slipping. She knows why you're here. You are armed, after all.
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right?
J'hésite. J'hésite entre le squid et on va dans le tas, ou essayer de la trick, genre de la voir en lui disant que genre on préfère pas faire ça ou qu'on peut la faire sortir, quoi. Et vu qu'on avait dit qu'on fonçait dans le tas, wait.
The princess falls silent, her smile unwavering as you charge across the room.
Elle va ouvrir la bouche avec un sourire carnassier, c'est sûr.
Okay, she hasn't pulled out a knife yet, and her hands are still behind her back. I think we can do this. I think we can win. We just have to strike now, but make sure you keep your eyes on those hands. I don't trust her for a second. But your focus is broken by the horrible sound of metal slicing through meat.
Whose meat? Not ours, right?
Hers at first, then yours.
On fait encore un partout? Comment ça?
How? What did she even hit us with?
You stare down at your chest and at the long, thin blade she impaled you with.
C'est pas dans le bon sens là, la lame. Genre, si elle est devant nous, le plus fin de la lame peut pas être là.
And then the red, angry slit along the flesh of her thigh, where the blade had been nestled just a moment ago.
What?
It's still lodged in her leg, emerging from her knee, hinging up and out of her body like some extra metallic limb.
Bullshit.
Quoi?
Absolute bullshit.
You're going to die now.
Mais toi aussi?
With a twist of her knee and a painful squelch, she does just that. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Oh, vu qu'on était focus sur ses mains. C'est d'ailleurs d'où ça venait. What? C'est quoi ce titre de chapitre?
You're on a path in the woods.
No, fuck that. If we're gonna have to keep doing this over and over and over again, we're not starting in that goddamn woods every time. We're starting in the fucking cabin.
You're what? The interior of the cabin is sharp, a constricting mess of curved and battered sheet metal pushing you towards... Wait, excuse me? What just happened? What did you just do?
Mais attends, j'aime trop cette voix. Attends. Du coup, si on le pense très fort, on peut... Mais je veux contrôler le jeu comme ça, moi, en fait.
I feel dizzy.
En fait, y a pas que la princesse qu'on contrôle, mais tout le monde.
Oh ho ho ho! I guess I took us to the cabin, didn't I? Isn't that interesting? Who holds the cards now?
Mais de ouf.
The circle's getting smaller and smaller. Running isn't an option anymore. We have to fight.
Good. It's better that
What?
way. Without a fight, no one can win. And if no one can win, then nothing has any meaning.
J'ai gagné 2 voix d'un coup.
Great. So obviously you've already been here. How many times?
This is our third?
No wonder things have fallen apart. You do realize that every time you fail, she escapes and an entire world is damned to destruction, right?
That can't be right. That's too much responsibility.
Nah, impossibly high stakes make the fight so much better. Let's just stay focused, shall we? The only furniture of note is a bent metal table. A pristine blade perched. We take it. Okay, sure, you take the blade before letting me
Mais
finish telling
attendez,
you it's there.
je peux avoir
It
mon
would be
avis quand
difficult
même.
to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
C'est-à-dire que c'est marrant, hein. Je dis pas, c'est sympa ce qu'il fait et tout, mais j'aimerais bien avoir mon avis.
This feels right. We just have to keep our senses sharp.
C'est quoi ce délire?
That's right, we've got to be able to win eventually.
On me demande plus.
We will win eventually. Hell, we might even win now.
That's a fighting spirit I like to see. You could all learn a thing or two from this one. I'd love to get started just as much as you would, but how are we supposed to get down there?
La même manière qu'on est rentré dans la cabine.
You walk through the door.
You do know what doors are, right?
There isn't a door, there's just that mirror.
There isn't a mirror.
You really messed things up, didn't you? It's like you can't even see reality anymore.
I can feel the air coming up from behind it, stinking of iron and steel. He might be right. Could be a trick. If our other senses can't feel it, then we can't trust it.
If it's in our way, let's just break it and move on.
Allez.
You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You really must think you're looking at a mirror. Well, it doesn't exist.
Oh merde, c'est vrai que... Tiens. Regardez, tant qu'à faire.
Let's just fumble for the handle and be done with it. I don't care what we look like. I care about getting to the end of this mess. You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. It creaks open. And the mirror's gone. How surprising.
It was never there. Just an illusion.
Let's just get to the princess already. I didn't care about the mirror before, and I care about it even less now.
Guess it's time for us to see her again.
Just stay focused and you'll be fine.
On a l'air persuadé qu'on peut la tuer, donc normalement, ça devrait aller.
You step forward, but you don't get a chance to linger on the basement stairs. They are smooth and flat and metallic, an unintentional and unfortunately slippery ramp that quickly sends you skittering to the bottom.
Alors ça s'appelle un toboggan chez moi. Il suffit d'être assis et franchement, on se casse pas la tronche.
Your body tumbles onto the basement floor and the form of the princess comes into view, standing at a distance. She gives you a wry smile.
Hi, it looks like you don't have a way out, so I'm not going to play dumb anymore. But don't worry about how bad you did last time. That's part of the fun.
She's got another thing coming if she thinks we're going down easy again.
Non, non, mais on va juste la buter, c'est tout.
Pride makes us dead. The only thing that matters is survival.
Actually, does survival matter? We've died twice and nothing bad has come of it. We just need to find a way to win once.
Nothing bad has come of it yet.
Plenty bad has come of it. You've left at least one entire world to ruin.
The people there mattered. The past isn't real. There's only here and now.
Your internal bickering is cut short by the wet sound of slicing meat. From the princess's arms erupt twin blades, glistening with her blood, the empty flesh of her arms flopping at her elbows like torn sleeves. The chain clatters to the floor.
Ok.
She's loose, and she is coming for
On
you.
s'en fout, on peut gagner. On a qu'un petit couteau, mais on peut gagner.
You're going to make me walk over to you, aren't you?
Shit. She's coming for us and I'm out of ideas.
Non, on va pas sur Under, on est là pour... Mais c'est un barde, le gars. Oh bah facile, je vais flirter avec elle. Panique? Non? Non mais tranquille. Vas-y, première option.
Yes,
Voilà.
yes, this is the best idea anyone has ever had.
On y va en mode barbare.
Yeah,
Courage,
sure.
et on
Why the
tabasse
hell
tout.
not? Let's see if we can turn off the part of us that feels things.
Pain is good. It's how we stay alive.
On sent rien.
Nah, I'm sick of pain.
Yeah, this whole thing would be a lot more tolerable if it didn't hurt so much.
Sure thing. I love a challenge. I bet I can hurt you so much.
Sentira rien.
The princess closes the distance and we dodge.
Ouais, 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 on dodge, de ouf.
And you dodge.
Mais ça marche trop bien. Allez-y les gars, continuez.
And we fight back.
Allez, boum.
And you fight back.
Oh, you're fast. But let's see how fast you really are.
You and the princess enter a quick and vicious exchange, each of you wounding the other, but neither landing a fatal blow.
C'est marrant, j'ai une impression de déjà vu, mais elle ressemblait pas à ça, la princesse.
Yes, yes, this is exactly it.
But the dance couldn't last forever.
Ah.
All it takes is a single clumsy moment. She skewers you.
Gotcha.
And? Does it hurt? No.
Oh, a new one of us. I thought that only happens when we die. Did we die?
En même temps, il y en a deux qui ont pop d'un coup, donc
You're on a... No, you're in a... Where the hell are you?
Eh ben, on est dans un combat. Allez, on tape.
Don't like that we died without us knowing it. This
really, really blurs some lines that I prefer not to be blurred. Are we still dead? Are we alive again? How are we even supposed to know the difference?
If we didn't realize we were dead, then we made progress. Good job.
Stop saying dead, all of you. We might have died a second ago, but right now we're extremely not dead.
Voilà, donc on combat.
This is all horribly wrong. How many times have you been here?
This is 4.
No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go past 1.
I wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of ideas, and I love that.
But I guess we don't have time to talk about things before the princess advances.
Au cul.
Okay, whatever we do gets us another us. Let's see how many we can stack. There's got to be a point where it makes us better than her.
Je suis pas convaincue avec ce plan. Mais on n'a rien à y perdre.
We don't need any other voices chattering about in here. It'll just confuse us. All we need
Après,
is
je
to
suis plutôt
keep
de cet avis-là.
fighting.
C'est-à-dire, on continue de se battre.
Yeah, I'll pass on that.
As long as we keep moving.
Et go.
Why not? It's not like dying again and again is doing us any harm. Let's see how far this little mind hole goes, shall we?
Come on, show me something new.
Allez, on tape. Ah. Visiblement, on va gagner.
Then you skewer yourself.
I thought we both understood that dying doesn't get you anywhere.
Huh, that didn't do much of anything. We're tougher than I thought. Well, there's more of us. Let's see if that helps.
En vrai, j'aime bien cette idée finalement.
What's the point? It's all the same.
Mais non, tranquille.
She skewers you.
Oh, don't give up on me just yet. You gotta keep going.
Do you see that? We almost had her. That was luck. But we only have to get lucky once. Compliment her on those gleaming blades. There's nothing better than a capable woman.
She skewers you.
You're cute.
It doesn't matter how many times this takes, we can't give up.
Okay, let's go again.
Just panic. Flee.
She skewers you.
No, you don't get to escape. That's not how this works.
See? We're getting better.
Okay, yeah, that was a good one.
Let's appeal to her better nature. We haven't tried that. I'm sure she'll listen to reason.
Ah, je le connaissais pas lui,
Skewers
l'opportuniste.
you.
C'est pas le seul que je connaissais pas, mais je
We're
crois qu'on va
getting
découvrir toutes les
close
voix.
to
hein.
something, can't you feel it? One last time. You're right. One last time. That's all we need. None of this is working. Think. Think.
She skewers you. And then everything goes dark, and you die.
Ok. Oh, on a atteint un chapitre 4.
You're on a... Don't lose your head. We're in a cabin and we'll take it from here.
Everything feels like it finally fits, doesn't it? We're up here, which is different, and different is good. And our steel claw is already in our hand.
Oh, what if we throw it out the window? Over my dead body.
Je crois qu'on a beaucoup de voix dans notre tête.
That won't be very hard. We've died a lot. But I can't say I mind anymore.
Besides, what better way to die so very many times than at the sharp hands of a beautiful woman? Sure, I can think of a better way to die.
They're all the same, really.
How about we stop thinking about horrible ways to die? I don't want us to accidentally manifest anything. The only thing we're gonna manifest is finally ending up on top.
Ah ben, j'ai plus d'avis à donner, hein, Isran. C'est-à-dire que maintenant, je suis spectateur de moi-même.
There are entirely too many of you. How many times have you been here? This isn't good.
this is...
How about you stick to describing things, and we'll stick to doing them?
Yeah, leave it to the pros. We'll notch up that win in no time.
Narrator, we heroically stride through the door and towards our destined final encounter with our star-crossed lover.
Effectivement, là, on me laisse
Fine
pas le
by
choix.
me.
Hein.
You walk to the door and onto the basement stairs, only...
It's fine.
Oh,
I'll
merde.
just shut up then and speed this whole thing up.
Nanana. More of the slide we know, ok.
Are you sure you don't want me to describe the stairs? Or this room, or anything? It feels like I'm hardly a part of this.
T'inquiète, narrateur,
Don't care,
c'est bon.
just want to win. Fine, you make your way to the basement, where the princess awaits you.
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again? I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yourself back together. But I guess we're not done. That's okay with me. It's good even. I like that.
Je t'explique. Je suis un barbare avec réincarnation infinie. Ça peut forcément marcher à un moment.
I got something ready for you while you were gone. Do you want to see it? I'm not going to wait for an answer. I'm just going to show you. It's worth it though. Just you wait. And not for very long, because I'm going to do it right now.
Are you going to say what she does? Do you want me to talk now? Well, yeah, she says she has something new. I want to hear about the new thing.
Mais du coup, si le narrateur ne la décrit pas, est-ce qu'elle ne fait rien?
Yeah, me too. I think I speak for all of us when I say that I would like to hear you describe her new thing. Really? Okay then.
Here we go. Now.
The princess's skin twists,
Oh.
splitting into red blooms of raw meat as it stretches and tears. And then it erupts.
Puisque c'est même tuable, ça.
She becomes a wave of blood and viscera, pieces of her splattering against the walls. All that remains in the center of the room is a skeleton of blades. A heart beats furiously in its cage of a chest.
On est d'accord que son cœur est exposé là. C'est le moment de mettre un coup critique. 20 nats, c'est bon.
Are you ready for what comes next?
Mais c'est moi qui vais te défoncer, meuf.
Holy shit! She's gorgeous.
Oh là 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 là.
Absolutely
Il
divine.
va pas bien lui, hein.
Yes, behold the perfect woman.
Do you think we can throw her out the window?
De ouf.
That looked painful.
How is she still alive?
Elle a le cœur qui bat. Tant qu'on a un cœur qui bat, ça marche.
Heart's still beating, that's all she needs.
Bah ouais, fallait attendre la phase finale du boss. Maintenant, elle a un cœur qui bat. On sait que tout reste en vie tant que le cœur bat. Suffit de lancer le poignard, faire un 20 nat, direct dans le cœur, bim bam
This
boum.
is fake. This is all fake. That's all just made up. She doesn't even have a back anymore. How are we supposed to stab her in it?
Dans le cœur.
This is all just a sick joke. I hate existing.
We're screwed. I quit. I'm done. Forget it.
Narrator,
What just happened? It's so quiet.
Ah.
Something feels different about you. It almost makes me feel different. Like I should actually take this seriously for once. You're incredible.
Cric. Ouf. Et du coup, elle peut bouger sans le narrateur, visiblement. Et je pense que j'ai atteint le stade ultime de la rage de barbare. Une ouverture. Quick. Ah non, c'est bon. J'ai cru que c'était vraiment une fin. On est normal là. Ah mais c'est peut-être parce que c'est la première fois qu'on est normal. Très bizarre d'avoir un corps de lame étreint par des bras mais de chair.
Something returns to the long quiet. It has surrendered its path of annihilation and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
Ok, j'ai envie de l'attaquer. Ah.
My roots burrow in an ocean beyond your sight. We cannot harm each other as we are now.
Ok, j'ai envie de faire autre chose. Donc on est là. Et j'ai sauvegardé. Ah.
There's nowhere for you to be but here.
On a rencontré quelque chose comme ça?
Vague recollections.
Ah,
empty
peut-être.
tunnels
Oui, bah oui, le
without a
truc,
mouth.
je suppose qu'il parle de la
I am
première fois quand on
sorry
n'avait pas
if
de
I frightened
réceptacle.
you. I am solitary. Thoughts without
Ah oui.
I think that you are like me. We are ocean. Nothing as we are. But I know that there are worlds. There is no exit. But this vessel is a creature of perception. She can bring me more perspectives. So
Pouf pouf pouf, tout ça de toute façon on lui a déjà posé des questions, elle connaît pas
she
les
asks
réponses.
that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Ok.
You're on a path.
Et bah, on a découvert théoriquement deux nouvelles princesses. Une trop remplie de pensées de moi pour pouvoir servir de réceptacle. Et le rasoir, et d'après le succès Steam, plus exactement le rasoir